the Wayland Tire Game of the Week, brought to you by Opportunity Bank, Northwestern Energy, and the Montana Tobacco Quit Line at 1-800-QUIT-NOW.
It's the SWX Game of the Week. What a beautiful day here in Helena, Montana, the capital city, as the Battling Bears of Rocky, the 15th ranked team in the nation, take on the Saints of Carroll College. Rocky Erickson alongside Bruce Parker, and what a perfect choice as the color commentator. Bruce was the athletic director here at Carroll College, the athletic director at Rocky, and a few weeks ago, inducted into the NAIA Hall of Fame. Bruce, congratulations.
Thanks a lot, Rocky. A great honor. And, you know, I've been fortunate to work at great schools with great coaches and great administrators. And it's just great to be here today back at Nelson Stadium, where so many great things have happened for Carroll College. And, you know, it's a little bit of the teacher and the pupil today. Head coach Mike Van Diest, who's had such great success here at Carroll College, and Jason Petrino, the head coach at Rocky Mountain College, who played for Mike, coached with Mike, and has done such a wonderful job getting them up near the top of the Frontier Conference standings.
What an interesting matchup. They met in Billings on August 23rd. It was the first college football game in the nation. Rocky won 19-0. They had 8 sacks in the game. Ryder Rice had 4 sacks, but 5 days later, Rocky had to forfeit that game due to an ineligible player. Maybe the Bears may be seeking some revenge today.
Well, it was an unfortunate circumstance, and it was all done in you know, the right way, and Rocky really stepped up and took the blame for that, Coach Petrino, and I felt bad for them, but they played well in that football game, but it was kind of a defensive battle. They scored once on an interception, got down to the 2 on another interception. Both teams' defenses played very well. Now, Rocky's offense has really taken off behind Jacob Bakken. He's having a wonderful season, maybe the MVP in the Frontier Conference, against a defensive team from Carroll College, and Mike Van Diest always comes up with a great game plan in round 2.
Mike Van Diest also will soon be inducted in the NAIA Hall of Fame, one of the winningest coaches in college football history. Rocky's defense, you got Ryder Rice from 6-man Class C Savage, who leads the nation in sacks.
Wow, he's just a wonderful player. You know, he's tall, he's quick, he's very, very strong, and he knows how to get to the quarterback. And he'll be a key today because the quarterback situation at Carroll has not been outstanding running the football. They've had, they've had some tough games trying to throw the ball. Their offense is really not taken off this year. So I think Ryder Rice will be a key in this football game, along with Keenan Fagan, who's one of the top interceptors in the country with 4 picks.
It's the 15th ranked Bears of Rocky at Carroll College.
At Northwestern Energy, we provide the natural gas needed for many appliances in your home. But if those appliances are faulty or not well maintained, they can cause carbon monoxide poisoning. Keep your family safe by properly venting all natural gas appliances and install a carbon monoxide detector on every level of your home. If your carbon monoxide alarm goes off, get out of the house fast. And from a safe distance, call Northwestern Energy. Together, we can deliver a bright future.
Bareback riding takes a special kind of person. It takes somebody that's willing to deal with all odds against them. It's the most physically demanding event in rodeo, and there are a lot of guys that chew tobacco, and I've seen my friends have the start of cancer in their lip and they change it from top to bottom rather than quitting, and I've run across guys who have to push a button to speak to me because they've gotten throat cancer, and it takes a special person to ride a bucking horse, and if you can do that, then you can kick the habit of chewing. In rodeo, you never back down from a challenge, so I challenge you, quit chewing today.
Truck manufacturers these days are producing some pretty powerful trucks. That's why we designed the Michelin Defender LTX MS tire. It's built with stronger advanced compounds that hold up to tougher conditions. The Defender LTX MS has outstanding all-season traction and excellent fuel efficiency backed by our 70,000-mile warranty. So whether it's a working truck or you're hauling your snowmobile or boat, you'll get the most out of every mile. Turn to the experts to find the right Michelin tire for whatever you drive.
Wayland Tire. We know tires.
Nestled at the base of the Elkhorn Mountains in Montana City, Montana, the Elkhorn Mountain Inn is your ideal location for superb accommodations and excellent service. Opportunity abounds in the great outdoors with convenient access to lakes, biking and hiking trails, golf courses, fishing excursions, and more. Be sure to experience the various museums, shopping, and restaurants downtown Helena has to offer. We'll provide outstanding service and a warm atmosphere for you, including a continental breakfast and free Wi-Fi. Book your room online at elkhornmountainin.com or give us a call, 406-442-6625.
What a beautiful day. College football Saturday, the Wayland Tire SWX Game of the Week. The Bears of Rocky, the 15th ranked team in the nation, on the road here at Carroll College. The Bears have won their last 3 games. The Saints have lost their last 3. And in Rocky's 3 wins, they've scored 42, 34, and 52. In Carroll's 3 losses, 0, 7, and 10. Only 1 offensive touchdown in the last 3 games. On Thursday, when I visited with head coach Mike Van Diest, Bruce, he was unsure who his starting quarterback was going to be. And now Coach Arnson told me they're going to go with Colby Killoy.
Yeah, and that's tough when you don't have a guy in that leadership role. And they've had some trouble with quarterback situations with injuries and departures this season. And I think they're looking for Killoy maybe to have a breakout game today.
Josh Kraft will get set to kick this one off. These 2 teams met back on August 23rd. It was the first game in college football in the entire nation. Rocky got their first shutout against Carroll since 1958, winning 19-0. They had to forfeit that game due to an ineligible player. Now, the last time Rocky swept against Carroll, well, you got to go back to 1998. And Overton will take it in the end zone. Overton will take a knee, and Rocky will have the football first down and 10 at the 25-yard line. You got to love those gold helmets. Reminds me of the Irish of Notre Dame.
Yeah, do you think there's any gold in it? Like they put.
Well, when Bruce Parker was here as athletic director, I'm sure that was the case. Jacob Bakken, the starting quarterback out of Webo, Montana, and boy, Bakken last week in that game with Northern, he completed 71% of his passes, 17 of 24. 363 yards and 3 touchdowns, and Bakken completes his first pass, and it's going to be close to a first down, and Lucas Overton makes the catch out to the 35-yard line, and what a start for Rocky. Remember, Carroll comes in as the #1 pass defensive team in the Frontier Conference. No Mason Melby as the Bears go to Sam Sparks out of senior, and Melby's out with an injury.
Yeah,
Bruce.
Melby's had some shoulder problems, did not make the trip. He's a guy that started his collegiate career right here for Mike Van Diest at Carroll College, and he has been a wonderful player for Jason Petrino the last couple of years at Rocky. Now, I want to say something about Bakken as we look at the Carroll defense. Bakken is probably the leading contender right now for the MVP in the Frontier Conference.
Sparks gets the call again, a gain of about 5. He's the leading rusher for the Bears this year. 314 yards come in, averaging 4.6 yards a carry, and that offensive line had a nice hole there for Sam Sparks out of Billings Senior. His senior year, they finished second to Bozeman, and the Bronx won the last 2 AA championships. Will Bakken put it up on 3rd down and 4? Bakken's got time. Airs it out to Overton. He overthrew his intended receiver, but we got a flag down on the play. What's so amazing to me, Bruce, is to see somebody like Jacob Bakken, who you said he is the contender for the Frontier Conference MVP, and he played 8-man football in Webo, and that's going to go against the Saints. False start on them. And then you got Ryder Rice, who played 6-man football at Savage, and he leads the nation in sacks.
Yeah, how would you like to have had to play against Ryder Rice
in high school
playing for Savage? Holy mackerel.
4 yards short of midfield. And screen pass dropped by Max Gray. Boy, what a story. Max Gray, their leading receiver with 34 catches, his sophomore year of high school. He breaks his back. He's in a cast for 8 months, and he came back, and now he's playing college football. And that looked like that was thrown behind him, Bruce. That could have been like a lateral.
Yeah, it could have been. And, Max Gray has 9 touchdown receptions this year in those 34 catches.
So once out of every 3 times he catches the ball, he goes for a touchdown. Sparks off right tackle. Big hole. First down inside the 30. Sparks down to the 15-yard line. Great run for Sam Sparks. Parker Bernhardt, who leads the team with 53 tackles, saved a touchdown. Wow, but look at that hole. Sam Sparks blew off the line and nobody was there. And Barnhart saved a touchdown, knocking him out near the 20-yard line. And give it to Sparks again. And Sparks to the 15-yard line. And Rocky's on the move here. And offensively, Rocky has been outstanding, not just the last few weeks, but all season. They average 34 points a game and a whopping 467 yards a game in total offense. And they're having their way with the Carroll defense on this first offensive possession. It's going to be 2nd down and 5. Mason Melby is out for Rocky, the Baker running back. Sam Sparks has taken his place, and boy, what a job he's done. And give it to Sammy again. Sammy inside the 15. Down near the 10-yard line, and boy, you got to give credit to that offensive line, Bruce. They have been fantastic here.
Well, they've got some veterans on that offensive line. Great size up front. And Jason Petrino, as the offensive coordinator this year, always wants to establish the run, and he's doing that right here in this first drive.
It's going to be 3rd down and short. 3rd down and less than a yard. Pocket out of the shotgun. McCombs gets the call, and McCombs is going to be close to that 1st down before McCombs is driven back. And in on the tackle, Reese Quady. Quady out of Billings Skyview, 6'3", 232 pounds, and Quady stood him up and brought him down.
Quady, one of the top defenders in the Frontier Conference. And one thing you can count on when you play a Carroll team is they're going to have outstanding linebackers.
The opening drive on the SWX Wayland Tire game of the week. It's going to be 1st and goal for Rocky, right at the 10-yard line. Bakken looking to the left side, finds McCombs into the end zone for a Rocky touchdown. 10 yards out, and the Bears strike first here in Helena.
Well, an impressive drive to start things off. As you take a look at the replay,
Sparks, McCombs was wide open.
Yeah.
And on for the PAT is Dylan Johnson. He has not missed a PAT all year. Dylan Johnson is a perfect 10 for 10 on the season.
A little bit of a question mark coming in at who we're going to be the kicking game and the specialist for Rocky, and Johnson has done a nice job.
Bears lead 7-0 on their opening drive. Not a bad start, Bruce.
Well, Bakken is just getting so comfortable in the pocket when he's throwing the football, and he's got so many weapons, Rocky. You have Gray and Lucas Overton.
Opportunity is everywhere. That is why I love my job at Opportunity Bank of Montana. I get to help my neighbors with business and agriculture loans, including new equipment loans. I understand that people need a bank they can rely on. You see, I grew up here with the Eastern High Plains out our front door and the crazy mountains in our backyard. Come see me, Brandy, or one of my colleagues at Opportunity Bank of Montana. Your local bank, your opportunity.
This uniform symbolizes living up to a higher standard. To the Army National Guard soldier, earning it represents a commitment to a nearly 4th-century tradition of vigilance. To don this uniform in the Army National Guard is to be a guardian of freedom and the American way of life. Join us in a timeless tradition of selfless service at NationalGuard.com.
Whether you live in town, out on the farm, or a cozy cabin nestled in the woods, wherever you call home or choose to locate your business, Woodpecker Technologies has great options for your high-speed internet. Based in Montana, we provide quality service to communities and businesses throughout the state. For high-speed internet anywhere, call Woodpecker Technologies at 406-461-1941 or visit us online at woodpeckertech.com.
10-yard touchdown pass, Baca to McCombs. And the Bears are on the scoreboard first. Short kick. Ryan Arnson calls for the fair catch at the 18-yard line. In that opening drive, Sam Sparks, the backup running back, had 49 yards on the ground. And the Carroll offense, Kaloy will start at quarterback. Connor McGree is the center. And boy, this is going to be interesting to see what happens here, Bruce. They have struggled big time offensively.
Yeah, we'll see what Major Ali can get done today. He's rushed for almost 550 yards this season as one of the top running backs in the Frontier Conference, and he was really held in check that first game.
Major Ali comes off left tackle for a couple of yards on the first play from scrimmage for the Badland Bears of Rocky, and Chase Bertelson in on the tackle. Ryder Rice from Savage, number 16, leads the nation in sacks. Chase Bertelson's dad, Jeff, the longtime head coach in Webo. I think he got out because he only won 90% of his games over 16 seasons. Kaloy has 4 wide receivers set to go out on second down and long. Arnson makes the catch short, breaks a couple of tackles, gets out to the 20-yard line. That's Troy Arnson, and that's his 14th catch on the season.
205 yards receiving for Troy Arnston. Brother Ryan, also a member of this Carroll football team, who will probably see some time at the running back position this afternoon.
First third down play for the Saints. Rocky scored on their opening drive. Kaloy had 3 starts. He's 2-1 as a starter. They've used 3 different quarterbacks this season. Kaloy's got some time, airs it out, has a receiver open, and that is going to be enough for a first down. That's Eric Dawson. Eric Dawson made the catch, and he's from CMR. That was huge. I mean, did he get a first down? Great pass by Kaloy, and the Saints on the move here, Bruce.
And he got it off quickly, so he didn't have to worry about that Badland Bear pass rush.
Kaloy comes in completing 53% of his passes, 2 picks, and 6 interceptions and just 2 touchdowns. Major Ali with a big hole. Major Ali out across the 40-yard line. A gain of 15 for Major Ali. And Fagan Keenan on the tackle. Boy, what a run here for Major Ali. Gets inside the 40-yard line.
Yeah, trying to answer that first opening drive by Rocky Mountain College, and the Bears look good here.
Ali, he had 123 yards against Northern. Joe Ferris will come into motion. Kaloy, they pitch it out. There's Arnson. Arnson pump fakes again. Troy Arnson with a nice move to get near the 30-yard line and get close to another first down.
You know, Rocky, that's really a weapon because both Arnston had, are offensive-minded in their days at Helena High School, and you see this, and he's a guy that can throw the football, so Rocky has to really take that into account when he goes off on those pitches.
This is a team that has scored just 1 offensive touchdown in the last 3 games combined, and they're on the move to the Bears' 31. Second down and short. Kaloy, hand up, Major Ali, first down. Ali gets near the 26-yard line, and Major Ali gets 4. He only had 48 yards on 13 carries the first time these 2 teams met.
Yeah, and he's had some great games this year, a couple 100-yard-plus games. As we mentioned, came in with 549 yards rushing. And the one guy we really haven't mentioned early is The offensive coordinator for Carroll College is a guy by the name of Nick Howlett, who has had tremendous success the last 15 years here on Mike Van Die's staff.
First down at 10, Ali again. Ali makes the corner, and Major Ali brought down after a short gain. Chase Bertelson in on the tackle again. In 16 years as a head coach, Jeff Bertelson's win-loss record was 154-20. Won 90% of his games, and he was also the head coach for Jacob Bakken, who's the starting quarterback at Rocky.
And I think it's great that he got out of the coaching ranks to be able to follow his son and watch him play in his collegiate career, and Chase has had an outstanding career.
Side split out wide the left side. It's going to be 2nd down and 6. Play action. Kaloy rolls right. Pass is complete to Dawson. He fumbled the football. And he fumbled the football about 4 yards further upfield. And, well, what are they going to mark it at?
Well, you take a look at this. They won't give him the extra yards.
They're not going to give him the extra yards.
Well, that'll bring up a 3rd.
So it's going to be 3rd down and short. Rocky out on top. They scored on their opening drive. You got to wonder here, Bruce, if they come up short, will they go for it on 4th down or settle for a field goal? This has been a nice drive for Carroll College. And did they line up on the Wildcat? Dawson takes the snap, and the flag is down. Too much time. Oh, that's going to hurt.
That'll move them back 5 yards. You get down near the red zone, you want to not have those mental mistakes that Carroll College did right there. And I don't know if Mike's really a gambler. He might try to get that field goal. He's got a pretty good kicking game this year. They want to come away with some points on this opening drive for Carroll College.
The Arnson boys are back in, Ryan and Troy. It's going to be 3rd down and 7. Kaloy 2 for 2, 18 yards in the game. Wildcat again. Dawson will take the direct snap. Arnson comes in motion, and they pitch it to the brother Troy. Troy will throw to the end zone to Ferris, incomplete, but Ferris was interfered with. That's going to be pass interference on Rocky Mountain College. Ty Reynolds, what a little razzle-dazzle there, Bruce.
Yeah, they're going to try to mix it up and bring some. Look at this play, run very well. Pretty good coverage there by Rocky Mountain College.
Troy Arnson, of course, was a quarterback at Helena High. So Dawson in the Wildcat formation took the snap. He pitched it out to Ryan Arnson. Then Ryan pitched it to his brother Troy. Then Troy tried to get it to Ferris in the end zone. Wow. Kaloy is back at quarterback. It's going to be 1st down and 10 inside the 15-yard line. Kaloy, Major Ali. Ali just straight ahead. Nothing fancy about that, Bruce. And, hey, that's good for 6 yards.
Yeah, he's a load. They just give me the ball, and I'm going to get my inexperienced offensive line that really is getting some experience. As we take a look at this, he just pushes forward and moves that Rocky defensive line back. So a good drive here. Pretty impressive drive to start this game for Carroll.
Connor McGree with a great block. It's going to be 2nd down and short for Carroll. And Major Ali looking for some room. He gets into the end zone on an 8-yard touchdown for Major Ali, his 5th on the season. And what a great drive for the Saints. Yeah. Ali got a great block there by number 70, Tanner Steele. And that's what gave him the touchdown there, Bruce.
Yeah, if you take a look at that offensive line, McGree's a guy that came here out of Butte Central that was a tight end when he showed up at the Carroll campus, but he has really done a nice job in that center position, kind of anchoring that youthful offensive line for Mike Van Diest.
Kraft with the PAT, he's 9 of 10. We've got a tie game. We're deadlocked at 7 here in Helena.
Let me tell you about America, down roads you don't ever see. Verses on billboards, cash crops and a coffee. Gripping Hardee's in the parking lot, popping biscuits in the back seat. Blues Sliders in my friend's couch with the game on the TV. Going hard at the Hardee's, real hard with my Hardee's. Beat car, all stars, going down like the sun. Thick burger clutching with my bros out back, hanging for no good reason. Drive through, same through, sweet thickness in my eyes. Walk in the backyard, shakes held high, that's America past them fries.
Listen up, parents. Here's what we know.
And what we don't know.
E-cigarette use tripled among teens nationwide in just 1 year.
It's worse here in Montana. Our teens use at even higher rates.
What's in e-cigarettes anyway?
And what happens when our kids get addicted?
No one knows yet. Do you remember when they said that cigarettes were safe?
We don't want our kids to be the next lab rats. E-cigarettes equal big profit for big tobacco.
We have to protect the next generation.
Well, the Bears scored on their first offensive drive, and Carroll scores on their first drive. Very impressive drive for the Saints. Capped off with an 8-yard touchdown run for Major Ali. Josh Kirby getting set on the kick. And Overton is back. And Overton from the 1-yard line. Overton across the 15, the 20, gets a block. There's a flag down and gets out across the 30-yard line. But we got laundry on the field.
Yeah, probably going to be against Rocky on the return, which will march them back a little bit. But great way to answer. You know, now we'll see what Rocky can do. You know, we hear a lot about Rocky's success this past season, and a lot of it is offensively, but usually their defense is a standout. And here we take a look at the replay. I don't know if we'll be able to see the flag, but Rocky will have the football, and we'll see what Jacob Bakken can do with his second attempt on the field.
It's going to go against the Battling Bears of Rocky, so that's going to push it back to the 15-yard line. Well, Bruce Parker told me earlier this year that Rocky had one of the best defenses that he's seen in a while.
Just, you know, great secondary, some big-time guys at linebacker, Billy Williams and Chase Bertelson, and a real standout defensive line. And, boy, Carroll just shredded them on that first drive.
Sammy Sparks looking for some room, makes a corner. Sammy Sparks out across the 20-yard line. And a gain of 9 on the play for Sparks. Galt McBride, who's got 3 interceptions this season, able to make the tackle, but a big hole there. Watch this. Sammy Sparks makes the corner, and Reese Quady was unable to make that tackle.
Yeah, Sparks shows great speed when he gets to the outside like that. He's had some great success this year.
Second down and short, play action. Bakken wants to throw, he's got time. Gray makes a nice catch at midfield, and Gray, the sprint to the end zone. Caught from behind inside the 15-yard line. What a great catch and run as Mike Hans saved a touchdown, but wow. Watch this catch by Max Gray. Reaches up, makes the catch, and he's got a lot of room.
36th catch of the season for Max Gray, almost 700 yards, and he is just turned into one of the standout receivers.
Touchdown, Rocky Mountain College on 1st and goal, and that was impressive as Tyler Eberhardt makes the catch. And the Bears have scored twice. So 2 drives and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, second touchdown pass for Jacob Bakken. He is having one outstanding year.
Dylan Johnson's perfect on the year, and Dylan Johnson stays perfect, 22 of 22. And the Bears out on top of the Saints of Carroll College, 14-7.
My financial education basically just consisted of advice my parents gave to me. they start becoming more aware of what their money is doing and what they're doing with their money.
It's relative, it's timely, it's fresh.
Very engaging, it's easy to follow, and it's interesting.
A lot of our classes are preparing us for college and to think, but this one is preparing us for life.
Our mission here at Opportunity Bank is to provide strong financial futures for Montanans, and we believe that financial literacy plays a big role in that.
Hey man, got some chew?
No, man. This stuff's dangerous.
Hey, can I get a zip?
No way.
Why not?
Give me one good reason.
It's full of toxic chemicals. It rots your teeth, and it causes cancer.
Prove it.
It says so right in the can.
Well, why do you do it?
So then why do you chew?
When it comes to repairing your vehicle, make sure you choose the most experienced and well-equipped repair facility in Helena, Capital Collision Center. We are Helena's only Honda, Acura, Nissan, Ford F-150 aluminum, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Fiat, GM, and Hyundai certified repair facility. Montana Law says it's your vehicle and it's your choice where you have it repaired. Choose Capital Collision Center at 1006 Euclid Avenue.
Capital Collision Center, Helena's first choice in collision repair.
Another touchdown pass for Jacob Bakken to tight end Darnell Jenkins. And Bakken now 23 touchdowns, just 5 interceptions, and it's a short kick. Fair catch called for at about the 26-yard line, and it's not every day that Hunter McKay gets a chance to touch the football. And, well, every time that somebody has had a drive in the game, Rocky 2 and Carroll 1, they've scored.
Yeah, the offenses have been impressive for both teams. Both teams just marched up and down the field.
Let's see if the Saints can continue on that success. Sipes to the left side. Ferris comes right. Kaloy out of the shotgun. Kaloy, handout, Major Ali, hit right at the line and driven down. And guess who? Ryder Rice from Class C. 6-man football in Savage.
Yeah, big number 17, leading the nation in quarterback sacks this season, and was an all-conference performer last year in the Frontier Conference.
Guess who the graduation speaker was in May at Savage, Bruce?
I'm thinking it was Rocky Erickson.
I get the opportunity to do 2 or 3 a year, and boy, what an honor. Second down and 10, Eric Dawson will come into motion across the right side. Handed off to Arnson. And Arnson gets hit behind the line, and Arnson is driven down. That's Ryder Rice again on the tackle. Wow.
He's so quick and has great strength. Look at him play off the blocks and just kind of stretch that play out defensively. And Ryder Rice right there for the Battling Bears defense.
Ryan Arnson had 290 carries at Helena High. He never fumbled the football once.
It's because his dad was on the sideline. He didn't want to have to come off the field.
Kaloy, he's 3 for 3. It's third down and 10. Sipes in motion. Kaloy over the middle. Is it going to be intercepted? It is. And Rocky will get the football back. And J.J. Taylor from Oceanside, California made the catch. And Kaloy, that is his 7th interception. And that is the first turnover of this football game.
Yeah, I think that, one thing that Carroll could not afford to do today was to turn the ball over to this Rocky offense. And a great play there by the Battling Bears defense. And now we'll see what they can do. They have not been stopped yet on their first 2 drives.
Great field position to start this drive for the 37-yard line. Bakken's got 5 wide receivers here. And Bakken's got all the time in the world. Over the middle pass, caught Max Gray. And Gray inside the 20-yard line. And in on the tackle was Craig Kine.
Look at the
wide
time.
Wide open, though.
Yeah.
It's got all the time in the world. And the receiver, Max Gray, is open.
Yeah, Max Gray doesn't miss the football if it's near him. This This offensive line for Rocky hasn't been really given the credit they deserve, but look at that. That was amazing how much time he had.
Bakken tackled for a loss. Nate McGree, 6'2", 230-pound sophomore from Butte Central. What a story that is. The Maroons of Butte Central, a Class A school with only 120 students. They would be a big Class C school, but they continue to play in Class A.
And still competitive.
They do well. They're in the postseason playoffs every year.
Donnie Peoples does a great job coaching that football team.
2nd down and 12, and there's movement. It's going to be a false start against Rocky. That's going to push him back. It's going to be 2nd down and 17. Coming up, Jacob Bakken. How about this start, Bruce? 5 of 6, 114 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Well, what happened in that one that he didn't get?
Well, we had to have a rushing touchdown there. No, we didn't. 14-7, Bears out on top. 2nd down and long here for the 21-yard line. Look to the sidelines for the play. Head coach Jason Petrino played here and coached here at Carroll in his 4th season at Rocky. Bakken's going to roll right, throws on the run. Pass is caught. And gain on the play of about 8 yards. And making the reception for Rocky is Derek Olson.
And Derek Olson, who was an outstanding prepster at Helena High School, where he played for Tony Arnston, state hurdle champ, and he has really come on as a wide receiver for Jason Petrino. Great athletic skill.
3rd down and 11 for Bakken. 3 wide receivers left side. McCombs is wide open to the right, but wide open inside the 10-yard line. Great run after the catch into the end zone for a touchdown is Derek Olson, the sophomore. What a nice run after the catch for Olson. And Bakken has tossed his 3rd passing touchdown in the 1st quarter. Nice catch by Olson, but look at this move. Yeah, and then he dives into the end zone.
That's great athletic ability by Derek Olson, and the fact that he comes to play back in Helena, his hometown, probably is a little bit more special.
And Johnson stays perfect, and the Bears go up 21-7. 21-7. The Bears are out on top here against this Carroll College defense.
Yeah, I think one of the stats that's really forgot about a lot on a football field is points after turnovers. And the Battling Bears get a turnover there, and they do something with it. And that's what you need to do. You need to kind of finish off the drive and get some points on the board. And they're Bakken to Derek Olson. And the Battling Bears look pretty good offensively right now with 21 first quarter points.
How about 197 yards of offense for Rocky here in the first quarter? They come in averaging 466. You know, Bruce, the last 3 games, all wins for Rocky. They've scored 42, 34, and 52, and they've put up 21 points already, and it's still the first quarter.
Yeah, this Frontier Conference is just a great league to watch. It's a lot of fun. You know, and we'll get a chance to talk a little bit later, Rocky, about how tough this league is and why only maybe one team will get into the playoffs.
Short kick. And on the return with a little bit of room is Arnson. That's Ryan Arnson. Ryan Arnson, his senior season of high school football, playing for his dad, Tony, asked during homecoming if he could march in the pep band. He did. And he also scored 5 touchdowns in the game. This game of the week is brought to you by Opportunity Bank, Montana Tobacco Quit Line, Northwestern Energy, Wayland Tire. Rocky Erickson with Bruce Parker bringing you all the play-by-play of this one. Carroll needs to answer here. And they're going to keep it on the ground. Major Ali, and Major Ali gets about 3 yards, and Bertelson on the tackle again, and Kaloy will stay in at quarterback.
Yeah, watch Bertelson here just kind of string the play out. And Ollie's not an easy guy to bring down. He's got great leg strength, up close to 600 yards on the season for Major Ollie.
He had over 1,000 yards a year ago, averaged 5.2 yards a carry. 2nd down and 7. Kaloy got some time, throws on the run, and he throws that one out of bounds. And 3rd and long coming up here for the Saints. Chase Fossum was the intended receiver, and he just simply threw that one out of bounds. He ran out of room on the sidelines.
Yeah, with the way the passing game has gone this season for Carroll College, they don't want to put themselves in these 3rd and long situations like they're in right now, because that lets Ryder Rice and the boys up front just kind of come after the quarterback.
3rd down and 7 for Carroll. Fake the handoff. Over the middle, Sipes drops it. Sipes almost had a great catch that would have been good enough for the 1st down, but Fagan Keenan, who had 7 interceptions a year ago, made that big defensive play, and wow.
Yeah, and Keenan,
when you go over the middle, you're going to get hit.
Yeah, you are. And Keenan's a guy that already has 4 picks this year, but an outstanding season, led the Frontier with 7, as you mentioned, Rocky, last season. And the Batland Bears secondary is very, very opportunistic.
Kraft will punt. Lucas Overton back to receive, and Rocky's going to get the football back here with a 21-7 lead, and they are not going to kick it to Overton. They boot that one out of bounds. Well, what a start for Rocky. 197 yards here in the first quarter, 74 for Carroll. Carroll scored on their first offensive possession, but they did throw a pick, and Rocky took advantage 3 plays later. And Jacob Bakken from Webo, Montana, has found the end zone 3 times through the air. And Bruce Parker mentioned earlier that Jacob Bakken, probably the leader at this point of the season for the MVP in the Frontier Conference.
Yeah, averaging almost 280 yards a game through the air. And the thing that makes Bakken so dangerous is he's got great wheels and he can really run.
Sam Sparks, he'll keep that one on the ground, and that should be the final play of the first quarter. Cole Greff in on the tackle for Carroll College. The first quarter will come to an end, and Rocky out on top, 21-7. The Bears trying to win their 4th straight.
At Northwestern Energy, we care about your safety. That's why we add a skunky, rotten egg smell to our natural gas to help you detect leaks. Natural gas is safe, but leaks can be dangerous. So if you think you smell a gas leak, follow our safety tips. Do not attempt to locate the leak. Do not use any electrical switches or appliances. Do not use open flames. Get out of your home fast.
And from a safe distance, call us at Northwestern Energy.
Together, we can deliver a bright future.
Opportunity is everywhere. That is why I love my job at Opportunity Bank of Montana. I get to help my neighbors with business and agriculture loans, including new equipment loans. I understand that people need a bank they can rely on. You see, I grew up here with the Eastern High Plains out our front door and the crazy mountains in our backyard. Come see me, Brandy, or one of my colleagues at Opportunity Bank of Montana. Your local bank, your opportunity.
The great Northwest. From the Oregon coast to the Rocky Mountains, we stand side by side, cheering for our teams. We dedicate our Saturdays to the legends that shaped history and to the players of today. We celebrate their victories and mourn their losses. But we return again and again because we are a region captivated by tradition. Here at Paint West Insurance, we celebrate what you celebrate.
Mike Van Diest in his 20th season at Carroll College. How about this stat? He's averaged more than 10 wins a year. Picked up historic win number 200 earlier this season. And back to throw is Bakken. Pass is caught, and what a catch, Darnell Jenkins. Wow.
Yeah, Darnell came in last season to play for the Batland Bears. He's a guy, Rocky, that you want to be in uniform and be the first guy off the bus, just to scare everybody when they see the size of this guy. Darnell's got great speed, and they're starting to use him more and more in that passing game.
Going deep toward the sidelines. It's incomplete, and no Laundry on the field. And Olsen was the intended receiver. Jenkins, 6'3", 255 pounds. Is this for real? MSU Northern leads Montana Western?
Yeah,
3-0.
3-0 early in that first quarter.
Wow.
Got to give them a little confidence. And then Southern, who's lost 2 in a row, is up on College of Idaho 10-7 right now.
How about that win 2 weeks ago? Rocky knocked off number 2, Southern Oregon. How big of a win was that for the Bears?
You know, really one of the biggest wins in the program history at Rocky Mountain College. Highest ranked team that Rocky has ever beaten.
Keep it on the ground to Sammy Sparks, and Sammy to the 41-yard line. A pickup of 4 yards on that play for Sammy Sparks. Chase Bowen made the tackle. He's got 63 tackles on the season. What a start. What a quarter for Rocky. 21 points, 197 yards. And Jacob Bakken's numbers in that first quarter, well, they weren't bad. Bakken was 8 of 9 for 155 yards. Third down and long. Bakken rolls right. Is it in bounds? It is, and that will be enough for another Rocky first down. Taylor Schwartz out of Glendive, who got his first receiving touchdown last weekend against MSU Northern. Have you seen the Glendive football field?
It's beautiful.
Ross and Tara Oakland donated the money for that, and not just the field. They've got a track that's state-of-the-art. They've got a video scoreboard. It's unbelievable.
You know, it's great when people in communities step up and try to make facilities like that. And look what it's done for that football program.
Play action. Gray gets the catch at the 30. Nice move, and Gray to the 20-yard line. Nice run after the catch by Max Gray. He's going to be the first from his family to graduate from college. Bakken hitting Gray at the 30. Gray fakes left and gets a nice run out to the 20-yard line. Bakken continues his spectacular Saturday afternoon. Sammy Sparks coughed it up, and the Saints of Carroll College will come up with a football. Tony Madsen out of Missoula Loyola, Class B Loyola, getting the fumble recovery, and Sammy Sparks lost the football, and the Saints come up with it, and boy, that is big.
Yeah, that's the only time that the Battling Bears have been stopped today, when they turn it over like that. Now we'll see what Carroll College can do when they get a turnover. You know, Rocky got one interception, took it in and scored. We'll see what Carroll can do now deep in their own territory.
Kaloy stays in at quarterback, 3 wide receivers to the right side. And Major Ali had 49 yards rushing on the very first drive, and Ali picks up about 4 yards here. Chase Bertelson on the tackle.
Which I think is about what Ali had the entire game when they met in August in Billings.
He's exactly right. He struggled in that game at Rocky. He had 18 carries and just 48 yards. Second down and 6. Huge first quarter for Rocky. Saints trying to make it a 1-touchdown game. Kaloy can't find the football, and he finally gets on top of it, unable to field the snap. And he almost lost that one. Watch this one.
Yeah, just never got his hands
never
on
got
the football. Nope.
Spins around and finally jumps on it, and now it's going to be third down and 10. Colby 3 for 6, picked off once, 22 yards in the afternoon. Major Ali with 47 yards on 10 carries. Third down and long. Dawson with 2 catches on the afternoon. Bears showing blitz, and here comes Ryder Rice, hits the quarterback as he releases the football. It's incomplete. Ryder Rice from Savage, who leads the nation with 9.5 sacks on the year. He got to Kaloy as he was putting that ball up.
You know, he's one of those guys, Rocky, that you just don't see many people be able to block him.
We'd like to welcome our network affiliates for today's game. SWX in Billings, Bozeman, Butte, Great Falls, Helena, Kalispell, Missoula, Spokane, Coeur d'Alene, the Tri-Cities, and Yakima. We're happy to have you enjoying this game today, and what a beautiful day it is. Will Sammy get an opportunity? Gray for the 45-yard line, gets a block. Gray the 45, Gray the 40 before he's brought down. Nice return, and the Bears have excellent field position once again to start the drive. Craig Kine in on the tackle, but for the first time, Gray had the opportunity to bring a kickback. And Gray got a block there, and then Gray some open field. And, well, it's not bad when you can start your drive from the 38-yard line. The Bears lead 21-7.
Hey, what's up? Wait, you vape? You're usually such a control freak. I'm addicted. I used to smoke and vape. The only thing in control is the nicotine. And you have asthma. Yeah, but mine's just mild. It doesn't matter. It can still trigger an attack. I need to quit. Quitting is the best way to keep your asthma under control. Help in the 406, my friend. It's good. It's getting better.
At First Security Bank, we believe that the banking experience should be both simple and efficient. We've invested our resources to provide our customers with the highest quality services and optimal banking tools. When you bank with First Security Bank, you're not only getting the most personalized banking experience in Helena, you're working with a bank dedicated to helping Helena thrive. Visit us in person or online. First Security Bank, locally owned, community strong.
At Northwestern Energy, we provide the natural gas needed for many appliances in your home. But if those appliances are faulty or not well maintained, they can cause carbon monoxide poisoning. Keep your family safe by properly venting all natural gas appliances and install a carbon monoxide detector on every level of your home. If your carbon monoxide alarm goes off, get out of the house fast. And from a safe distance, call Northwestern Energy. Together, we can deliver a bright future.
These two teams met in game one. Rocky won 19-0, but a few days later they had to forfeit because they used an eligible player. Rocky has not beaten Carroll twice in the same season since 1998. Bruce was in high school in 98. McCombs with some room. Inside the 30, McCombs gets the first down, but a late play coming to the backfield, and this one is coming back, a hold against Rocky.
You know, we look at this replay. McCombs is a guy that showed up as a transfer from the University of Montana, played his high school football for the Golden Bears at Billings West. Of course, you do their games.
You know, the Bears are looking good this year. They're 8-1 on the year. Head coach Jim Stanton, head coach Rob Stanton, rather. His brother Rob is 9-0 at Central. So 17-1 for the Stanton brothers in 2018.
And then you throw in Pete, who's the head coach at Dickinson State.
He's got 2 losses, though, so he's not keeping it up. And a sack on the play. They got to bucket. Craig Kine with the sack. And you're talking it's going to be 3rd down and forever coming up, and that is the first sack of the game for the Saints of Carroll College. And Garrett Kokab also in on the help there. 3rd down, and what's the scoreboard say? 25.
At least 25.
Could be a passing play here, Bruce. Bakken, 10 of 13 for 176 in the game. Over the middle, pass caught Overton. Overton to the 36. A big gain, but still 8 yards short of the first down.
Yeah, kind of in no man's land right now. They probably won't go for the field goal, so they'll probably go on 4th down. And we take a look at this. Again, a lot of time for Jacob Bakken to throw. You know, Troy Bacon and the offensive line doing a nice job this afternoon.
Well, the punting unit is on as the Bears have the football on the 37-yard line where it's 4th down and 8. So a bit of a surprise here.
Maybe some field position here playing, try to pin them back deep in their own territory.
Josh Kraft just airs this one high. And it hits the 5 into the end zone, and it's going to be 1st down and 10 at the 20-yard line. So that's going to net him just 18 yards.
Yeah, that's why, I always think that when you're in that position there that, if it's less than 10 yards, maybe you go for it. You take a chance a little bit. Your defense has played pretty well.
Rocky out on top of the Saints, 21-7 here in the second.
Let me introduce you to the BF Goodrich All-Terrain TA KO2 tire. With technology designed to conquer the harshest terrain on Earth, the KO2 is BF Goodrich's toughest all-terrain tire ever. And now, that Baja-born toughness is ready for you. Whether you're at work or at play, take on your toughest road challenges with confidence. Turn to the experts at Wayland Tire to find the right BF Goodrich tire for whatever you drive.
Wayland Tire. We know tires.
There's a place where higher education starts at a higher elevation and rises from there. Located in the heart of the Rockies, Carroll College raises the bar with small classes taught by award-winning professors, more than 60 majors, minors, and pre-professional programs, and year-round outdoor fun over every horizon. Carroll College, aspire to go higher.
The Great Northwest. From the Oregon coast to the Rocky Mountains, we stand side by side, cheering for our teams. We dedicate our Saturdays to the legends that shaped history and to the players of today. We celebrate their victories and mourn their losses. But we return again and again because we are a region captivated by tradition. Here at Paint West Insurance, we celebrate what you celebrate.
Saints get it back at the 20-yard line. Kaloy out of the shotgun. Major Ali gets hit right at the line. A fumble. The Bears say they have the football. And they do. And the Saints of Carroll College have turned it over for the second time this afternoon.
Wow. As we talked about, you can't afford to do that. Now deep in their own territory, Ali coughs it up. As we take a look at this here, good opportunistic defense for the Battling Bears.
It's if Carroll was going to win this game, it had to almost be mistake-free, Bruce, and what a great start as they scored on that opening drive, but you can't turn the football over on this Rocky offense.
No, you can't. And this highly competitive Frontier Conference, there's very little room for making mistakes. We'll talk a little bit about the standings and who leads the league right now, and it's up for grabs.
And the Rockies got a new quarterback into the end zone on a touchdown run is Drew Korf. Drew Korf took the snap, and Drew Korf went 20 yards into the end zone, and that is the first play of the game for Drew Korf, and nobody was there to stop Korf on that 20-yard touchdown run.
Yeah, Korf,
wow.
Just a sophomore out of Boise, Idaho, came in last year and played very well at the end of the season for Jason Petrino, and he's a guy that they have a lot of confidence in that he can play at any point of the game.
Johnson stays perfect on the season, 28-7. And the Bears of Rocky out on top here on a beautiful day, the SWX Game of the Week.
At Northwestern Energy, we care about your safety. That's why we add a skunky, rotten egg smell to our natural gas to help you detect leaks. Natural gas is safe, but leaks can be dangerous. So if you think you smell a gas leak, follow our safety tips. Do not attempt to locate the leak. Do not use any electrical switches or appliances. Do not use open flames. Get out of your home fast.
And from a safe distance, call us at Northwestern Energy.
Together, we can deliver a bright future.
At First Security Bank, we believe that the banking experience should be both simple and efficient. We've invested our resources to provide our customers with the highest quality services and optimal banking tools. When you bank with First Security Bank, you're not only getting the most personalized banking experience in Helena, you're working with a bank dedicated to helping Helena thrive. Visit us in person or online. First Security Bank, locally owned, community strong.
My name's Philip Davis. I'm from Boone, North Carolina, and I'm a senior in the Aeronautical Science program.
My name is Margaret Cleveland. I'm a freshman from Broadview, Montana.
Hi, I'm Melvin Ware, a senior from Dunmore, Montana.
Did you know that RMC awarded over $11 million in scholarships this year?
Did you know that 99% of Rocky students receive scholarships?
Thank you for enabling us to be first-generation college students.
Thank you for your investment in our Impact Today, Transform Tomorrow campaign in support of our new facilities.
Thank you for giving me a chance.
Thank you!
Saints get it back, down 28-7. Major Ali hit from behind, and Major Ali driven down as Dallas Mack from Hutley Project in on the tackle for a loss of about a yard.
Yeah, Dallas Mack had an outstanding game last week against MSU Northern in Billings, double-digit tackles. You know, that Huntley Project football program has been very tough over the years.
Not quite what the volleyball program is, but volleyball program's won over 50 matches in a row. Unbelievable. Play action. Kaloy takes a snap, rolls right. Kaloy, will he get rid of it? Unable to get rid of it, and Chase Bertelson with the sack and drives him out of bounds. You know, you win more than 50 volleyball matches in a row, and you'd think that would be the school record, but, well, not at Huntley. I mean, their school record is a state record, 99 matches won in a row. Coming up on the Opportunity Bank Halftime Report, we'll visit with Carroll College Athletic Director Charlie Gross and Carroll Facilities Director Steve Jones. That's all coming up on the Opportunity Bank Halftime Report.
Yeah, I want to know which one of them ordered this weather today here at Nelson Stadium. What a beautiful day to watch a football game.
3rd down and 11 for the Saints. Kaloy stays in the pocket's got time, passes incomplete, and he threw that one to the tight end, Eric Dawson, in a lot of traffic. And 4th and long coming up. And Max Gray is back to receive the punt.
You know, Eric Dawson, Rocky, is a guy that had high expectations coming out of CM Russell High School, and he's just had some injury problems here at Carroll, but I still believe he is a dangerous player in this Frontier Conference.
Saints are forced to punt. They try to keep it away from Max Gray. Not a bad idea. And that kick does not go out of bounds. Takes a great Carroll bounce down to the 17-yard line. Well, 2 weeks ago, we had 5 Frontier Conference teams ranked to the top 25. This week, we've got 4 of the 8. Southern Oregon is 14th, Rocky 15, Montana Western 18, Eastern Oregon is 19, and Will Tech sits 26. Morningside, Iowa, 7-0, number 1. 5 straight wins by 50 or more points, and all I gotta say, Bruce, is that, I mean, their conference is not as good as the Frontier, because the Frontier Conference is the SEC of NAIA football.
Yeah, no question, Rocky, that the Frontier is the deepest and toughest league in the NAIA. You know, all those teams ranked, and it's going to happen. You know, Montana Western leading at 5-1 right now. Rocky at 4-2. Eastern Oregon 4-2. Southern Oregon 4-2. College of Idaho is starting to play very well. So anybody can win on any game, as we see that MSU Northern leading Montana Western 3-0 early up in Havre.
You know, Bruce, if I was in charge of the NAIA, it would be 4 teams from the Frontier every year automatically into the playoffs. I know that's never going to happen, but we might only get 1 again this year. And that's not fair.
It could happen. You know, I talked with Commissioner Kent Paulson last night, and he said, everybody beats everybody up and you get 3 or 4 losses, and no team has ever made the Frontier or the NAI playoffs with 4 losses. So
can Rocky get in if they lose a game, the last 3?
I think they could. It depends on who beats them and when they beat them in the season, but Rocky's kind of got their fate in their own hands right now. If they win out, they'll win the league.
I announced that first ever playoff game when they beat Dickinson State at Dickinson State. Bakken from the 5-yard line. He's got all day. Darnell Jenkins with the catch over the middle for a Rocky first down. And that is a big target.
Yeah,
6'3", 255.
And he might be a little bit bigger than that. He is just a big, physically gifted athlete who they've really, as I mentioned earlier, they're starting to try to find him more on the football field. They have another good tight end in Brandon Mosley as well. So 2 talented tight ends playing for that Rocky offense.
Nice catch by Jenkins, but boy, what a lot of time for that offensive line. They're doing a great job here. And Bakken's going to run. Bakken to 45. Bakken gets the first down, a 15-yard gain for Jacob Bakken. Wow. And he got a great block by Goosey on that right side, but Jacob Bakken doing it through the air. Now he's doing it on the ground with his legs as he picks up 15 yards on that scramble. Wow, Bakken 12 of 15, 218 yards through the air, and 3 touchdowns in this game. Wow. They're going to keep it on the ground here and to the 40-yard line, and Sammy Sparks with the carry.
And what do you do if you're a defender for Carroll College right now and Bakken comes out of the shotgun? He's had a lot of time to throw. The offensive line doing a great job for Rocky right now, but he's got that ability just to take off and run. So as you're a defender, do you stay with your guy? Do you step up to try to tackle Bakken? It makes it very difficult for defenses in this Frontier Conference.
It's going to be 2nd down and 4, play action. Bakken will throw on the run to Overton, comes back and makes the catch. Lucas Overton. Wow, what a great catch. Watch this. Bakken again that gets all the time in the world, and Bakken to Overton. Overton came back to make the catch, and Isaiah King could only watch trying to defend against that great play. And the Bears are knocking on the door again. 1st and goal from the 6-yard line. And Bakken wants to throw on 1st down. Bakken flushed out. Bakken throws. It's going to be incomplete.
The offensive philosophy for Rocky Mountain College and Coach Jason Petrino, we need to get the ball in the hands of Max Gray and Lucas Overton. You notice that they're both on kick return and punt return. They want the ball in their hands because when they catch the ball from Bakken or Drew Corp, they do a lot with it. They have great wheels and they know where the end zone is.
The center, Troy Bacon, having a nice game. It's going to be 2nd down and goal. Sammy Sparks is back. Give it to Sammy. Sammy's inside the 5, and he pulls his way into the end zone for a touchdown. That was all. Sam Sparks on a 6-yard touchdown run. Check this out. Sparks hit at the line and just drives forward into that end zone. Very impressive.
Got to be honest with you. I'm a Billings senior grad like Sam Sparks, so it's always good for me to see Sam make a big play like that. He's an outstanding student athlete and just a hard-nosed guy that when he gets the football, he's just like Overton and Gray. He knows where the end zone is.
Dylan Johnson. Kick is up, and it's good. Johnson stays perfect on the season. 35-7. Rocky out on top. Rocky with 350 yards in total offense in this game. Thanks to A1 Rentals for providing the lift for today's game. They offer rental items from construction to do-it-yourself homeowner. And don't forget about their party rentals and rental store. They can help with any job, no matter how big or how small. A1 Rentals, serving the Helena area since 1959. 35 points, 356 yards for the Battling Bears. Sparks has 77 yards on the ground. Bakken, 13 of 17, 253 yards and 3 touchdowns. And remember, Carroll came into this game with the best pass defense in the Frontier Conference. They have a good defensive team, but Rocky's the hottest team in the nation right now, Bruce.
They really are. You know, unfortunately, you know, they had the forfeit that they had to deal with, and Jason Petrino and Jeff Mulby and Brad Nason, Bob Wilmoth did a great job trying to get him over that problem. And Rocky did the right thing, handled it with grace and integrity, and they paid the price. But I think the one thing that they were a little bit shocked of was the great win by Montana Western in Dillon over Rocky Mountain College, and I think that surprised a lot of people.
You know, I announced that game, and what a disappointing loss for Rocky, and they lost the game in the final 32 seconds as Western won 24-21. Gray had 3 touchdown catches in that game. Rocky could easily be undefeated this year. They lost to Carroll on a forfeit, and they lost to Montana Western in the closing second. Major Ali tries on the sweep around the corner. Chase Bertelson drives him down. And again, to see the success that these 8-man and 6-man football players are having, it shows you just how good football is in our state. Bruce, you're too young to remember it. Back in the 70s, I mean, we were a basketball state. Montana State, 5,000 or 6,000 people for a basketball game. Then the success of Carroll College, the success of the Grizz. We are now a football state, and we're a very good football state.
Yeah, and very competitive on a nationwide basis. But you're right. I remember back in the 70s. You know, I'm not that.
You're so young. I'm surprised. And back to throw. Colby's going to air it out wide open as he inbounds. And he is inside the 50-yard line. And the big tight end, Chase Fossum from the Glasgow Scotties, making the catch.
You know, you look at these rosters as you see the nice throw and catch here for Carroll College, but these rosters are dotted with Montana high school products. And
that's going to be a penalty. That'll send it back. Fossum out of Glasgow. I announced the homecoming football game last year in Glasgow, and a group from Canada comes down. Remember, it's the Glasgow Scotties, and the group came down from Canada and marched in the parade and performed at halftime. Bagpiper group.
Oh, wow.
It was awesome. It was incredible. 2nd down and 20, so take away that huge pass play. Kaloy to Dawson. Dawson's got some room, and Dawson's got the first down and then some. Eric Dawson, what a great run after the catch for Dawson. And boy, Bruce, how much does Carroll need that play?
Yeah, and
that was just a short catch, and then Eric Dawson picked up a block. And look at that young man run.
Well, he's a guy that plays in the slot, plays tight end, plays a little bit in the wildcat. He can throw the football, he can catch the ball, and he's really dangerous when he gets in that open field because he's a tough guy to bring down.
Saints need a touchdown inside of Rocky territory. Kaloy gonna go deep, incomplete. Tried to hit Fossum again, and Major Ali was wide open on that play. So it's going to be 2nd down and 10. The Saints have only scored 2 offensive touchdowns in the last 4 games, but they did score on their opening drive of this game this afternoon. Bruce, why can't we have weather like this for every college football game?
Well, if we could have a couple more down in Billings for Rocky home games and up here in Helena for the Carroll home games, I think there'd be a lot of happy people. It makes tailgating a lot more fun when you stay warm.
2nd down and 10 for the Saints. On the ground, Major Ali gets near the 40-yard line and a big 3rd down play coming up for Carroll. Major Ali over 50 yards to the game. It's going to be 3rd down and 7. Kobe Killoy is 4 of 10, picked off once in the game, 52 yards.
Yeah, keep an eye on Ryder Rice on this play. This is when he's at his best, when you know it's a passing situation. He just cuts it loose and gets after the quarterback.
Third down and 7. Dawson to the right side. And you got Troy Arnson to the left side. Kaloy goes way back, dumps it out on the screen, passes, caught and move the chains, and that's a first down, and that's Ryan Arnson with the nice catch and run.
Now get rid of that football quick. Don't allow the pass rush. And Kaloy did a nice job of finding Ryan Arnson, who, he's not a big guy, but very shifty. And you talked about his exploits at Helena High. He is a playmaker, and I think they'll probably look to get him the ball more this afternoon.
17 school records at Helena High. He never fumbled the football with 290 carries.
That's remarkable.
Kaloy is going to go to the end zone to Joe Ferris. No, is it intercepted? It is. And the Bears have the football back. And getting the pick for Rocky Mountain College is Kendall Jefferson, his second interception of the game. And that is the third turnover. They're going to go to Ferris here. Kaloy's got Ferris in the end zone. And then Jefferson just steps in front of him, makes the catch, and Rocky has the football.
And Kendall Jefferson did not play in the first meeting. He decided to take that game off and did not suit up for Rocky that game. But he is such a great addition to this Rocky secondary because he's got great athletic skill and has a nose for the football.
The Bears have a chance to have more than 400 yards of offense. Here in the first half, they keep it on the ground. There's a flag. 1:59 left to be played. Here in the first half, it's 35-7. Well, the first season for Hall of Famer Mike Van Diest as the head coach at Carroll College was 1999. They went 5-6. The next year, they were 10-4. They advanced to the semifinals of the playoffs. What was your first year here as AD, Bruce?
2003. I did their games on TV in 2002. And then took over as AD in 2003. So just fortunate to work with a great coaching staff with Mike Van Diest. And heck, I got to work a little bit with Jason Petrino when he was on that 2002 staff, led by Casey Fitzsimmons and a guy by the name of Rob Luttrell quarterbacked him, Tyler Emmert. What a great football team that was, and it started something remarkable.
Keep it on the ground for Rocky for a short gain. So Bruce was here for all 6 national championships from 2002 to 2010. Carroll won 6 out of 9 national titles, and a short gain here for the Badland Bears as they keep it on the ground. Now the Saints win-loss record from 2002 to 2010. They won 119 games. They lost just 8 games in 9 years, a winning percentage of 94%. And in the Frontier Conference, they were 78-4. And Bruce, the bottom line is the success that the Saints had during that remarkable run that'll never be duplicated, it made the rest of the Frontier Conference better. Yeah, and that's where
right.
We're at today.
Yeah, you hear people say, well, what's happening with Carroll? And I say, everybody's caught him. And, everybody has had to get better because of what Carroll did. I know Rocky Mountain College has gotten a lot better under Jason Petrino. Brian Armstrong did a nice job coaching the Badland Bears. But what Carroll has done on the football field had made everybody get better or get out of the league.
Bakken to Overton, gain in the play of about 5 yards. Clock ticking down, 1:22 to go. Jason Petrino, in his 4th season at Rocky, they were 4-7. In 2016, 6-5, 5-2. Now the Saints, their last winning season was 2014. The last 3 years, they've been 4-6, and they may have another losing season this year.
Yeah, tough schedule ahead for the Saints, and but it's funny, Rocky. We talked a lot about this off the air today, that how tough the Frontier is. There's going to be spoilers. There's going to be teams that get upsets. So I think you just keep playing hard all the time, and then you start worrying about recruiting.
They got a lot of recruits here today. I met a couple of the players from Billings Central that are here. Central wrapped up the regular season 9-0. They've only given up 6 touchdowns all year.
Big win over Laurel. this past week.
Boy, it wasn't even close. That ball is deflected, not intercepted. And the Saints had a chance. Micah Ons had an opportunity. It's going to be 4th down, and Carroll is going to get the football back late here in this second quarter. Bakken, a rare incompletion as the ball was deflected, and Jacob Bakken's numbers are quite spectacular. 14 of 18, 262 yards, and 3 touchdowns in the game. Josh Kraft is punting today for the Badland Bears. Saints need a little bit of luck here. Kraft gets a kickoff. He booms this one. And taking it to the 35-yard line. What a great open field tackle made on the play by Mason Price out of Twin Falls, Idaho. Wow.
Special teams, you might not have to be a starter on offense or defense to make an impact on a football team. And if you can be a standout like this one was right here on these special teams, you can play a lot of football in the Frontier Conference.
No gain on the return. Carroll will take over. Kaloy is the quarterback. 4 wide receivers are set to go out. Major Ali back with him at running back. Kaloy wants to throw on 1st down. Eric Dawson makes the catch, a gain of about 5 on the play. And the Saints here in the first half, 117 yards of total offense in this football game.
Yeah, I like the philosophy of the short passing game. I mean, too many teams that you watch these days, everything has to be a bomb. They got to go deep on all these plays. I think you can be very effective with the short passing game.
2nd down and 5. Kaloy stays in the pocket. Kaloy's going to be hit, and Kaloy gets rid of it. Major Ali on the carry. It's going to be close to a 1st down. They did not say Kaloy was tackled. And watch this. I mean, how in the world did he get out of this one?
Well, a nice job.
And
by
there's
Kaloy.
Ryder Rice, who leads the nation, and Kaloy dumps it out to Major Ali.
Heads up play by Ali as well, being ready for the football.
Jason Petrino, in his 4th season, played his college football here at Carroll College. 1st down, number 8 for Carroll. They only had 6 in the entire game against Rocky back on August 23rd. Wide open and move the chains. And that's another 1st down. Arnson making the catch. And that's going to be Ryan Arnson. And no huddle. 32 seconds left to go. And they're going to spike the ball to stop the clock. And boy, if the Saints could score here.
Yeah, it would be big for them. Down 35-7 right now. You talked about Jason Petrino and the great lineage. His uncle Bob Petrino Sr., who they called Putter, who unfortunately passed away this past year, was one of the winningest coaches in the history of the Frontier and at Carroll College. His brother Mike is an assistant basketball coach at Montana, brother Jared on this football staff, and his cousins Bobby at Louisville and Paul at Idaho, head coaches in Division I.
Kaloy took a big hit after he released that football. And it's going to be 3rd down and 10 for the Saints of Carroll College. 3-4 on the year. Big win against Linfield that gave Coach Van Diest his 200th victory. And he accomplished that in 249 games. Now, I'm not sure if that's a record, Bruce, but it's rather impressive.
Yeah, one of the best in all of college football history, what Mike has done. And
they could still call it Nelson Stadium at Mike Van Diest Field. Just an idea. And a new quarterback in the game for the Saints. Airs it out. Pass is caught inside the 10-yard line. Hunter Bledsoe on his first throw. The 6-foot, 180-pound freshman comes in the game, but wait. Laundry on the field, a hold, and they're going to wipe that out.
Yeah, it was a nice throw there by Bledsoe. Coming in cold, hasn't warmed up much, and got in the ball game, and he might be a guy that will play a lot here in the second half.
Wow. Costly penalty 17 seconds left to be played here in the first half.
I'm excited about our halftime show.
I get to interview Charlie Gross.
Charlie Gross, the athletic director at Carroll College, done a great job here. And then one of my all-time favorites, Steve Jones, who's the director of athletic facilities and operations.
They're down at 20. Dawson makes the catch. Dawson inside the 30-yard line. And 10 seconds left to be played here in the first half. Can the Saints find the end zone here? They take a timeout. We're going to keep it right here. Bruce Parker, do you know what took place on September 28th of 1996 here in Helena, Montana? Well, on that date, the Saints were at home against the Bears of Rocky, and Bob Bees, the Bears quarterback, went 27 of 58, 2 interceptions. He threw for 7 touchdowns and an NAIA national record of 685 yards. 685 in one. Now, there's been several years where the Rams of Billings Central have not passed for 600 yards in an entire season. And Bob Bees did that in one game.
Yeah, great big guy that just stood back in the pocket and hucked it. You know, he was a great quarterback. He could really throw the football. Were you a ball boy that game?
I wasn't even born back then. 10 seconds to go, 4th down. Kaloy is back at quarterback. Kaloy going to go to the end zone on 4th down. Eric Dawson makes the catch, and Eric Dawson to the 1-yard line with 2 seconds to go. Wow, what a strike, and what a first half. They're going to call it a touchdown. The Saints have scored. Kaloy to Eric Dawson. And Dawson made the catch at the 3-yard line, and he put the ball into the end zone. That covers 30 yards. That was huge.
Yeah, Dawson making us look good talking about him. He is he's just a game maker, a playmaker for this Carroll football team.
And on for the PAT, Josh Kraft. The kick is up, and the kick is good. 35-14. Rocky out on top. So Kaloy to Eric Dawson out of CMR on a 30-yard pass play, which is 2 seconds left to be played in the first half here. And, well, this is the Frontier Conference that I remember, Bruce. 49 total points here in this first half, and 567 total yards of offense.
That's kind of a Frontier Conference game. I mean, that's a lot of offense. You know, there's been some great defenses this year, you know, with Montana Tech has really improved defensively. Montana Western, pretty good defensively. But today, they're kind of calling it all out. They're throwing the football, and both teams are having some success. That's got to be a great confidence booster for Carroll College to get, you know, that score right before the half. And I believe that they're going to have the ball first to start the second half.
And they get set on the kickoff here. Line drive kick. It's going to go out of bounds, and, well, Rocky, will they take a knee or will they air it out here on the final play? Rocky, 365 yards of offense here in the first half. Carroll, 211 yards of offense in the first half. And any way you look at it, that's that's a lot of offense.
It sure is.
Wow.
Other games today, College of Idaho and Southern Oregon, Montana Western, MSU Northern, Montana Tech and Eastern Oregon. I believe that one's tonight. We'll try to get you some of those scores at halftime.
Bakken is throwing 3 touchdowns here in the first half. Final play, handed off to Sammy Sparks, and Sparks goes for about 6 yards, and he's hard to bring down. It is halftime in Helena. 35-14. Rocky out on top. Rocky trying to win their 4th straight game. We're back with our halftime show right after this.
Opportunity is everywhere. That is why I love my job at Opportunity Bank of Montana. I get to help my neighbors with business and agriculture loans, including new equipment loans. I understand that people need a bank they can rely on. You see, I grew up here with the eastern high plains out our front door and the crazy mountains in our backyard. Come see me, Brandy, or one of my colleagues at Opportunity Bank of Montana. Your local bank, your opportunity.
When it comes to repairing your vehicle, make sure you choose the most experienced and well-equipped repair facility in Helena, Carroll Collision Center. We are Helena's only Honda, Acura, Nissan, Ford F-150 aluminum, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Fiat, GM, and Hyundai certified repair facility. Montana Law says it's your vehicle and it's your choice when you have it repaired. Choose Carroll Collision Center at 1006 Euclid Avenue.
Carroll Collision Center. Helena's first choice in collision repair.
At Northwestern Energy, we provide the natural gas needed for many appliances in your home. But if those appliances are faulty or not well maintained, they can cause carbon monoxide poisoning. Keep your family safe by properly venting all natural gas appliances and install a carbon monoxide detector on every level of your home. If your carbon monoxide alarm goes off, get out of the house fast. And from a safe distance, call Northwestern Energy. Together, we can deliver a bright future.
Well, we're back at Nelson Stadium where Rocky Mountain College has a 35-14 lead over the Carroll College Fighting Saints on a beautiful day in Helena. And joining me now is Steve Jones, the director of football operations and facilities at Carroll College. And Steve, did you order this weather today?
Absolutely. I said, if we're going to be outside in the middle to end of October, I want it nice.
Yeah, you hit it right on the head. Let's talk about this football field, Steve. We sit up here in the press box and get a beautiful view of Mount Helena and this great stadium, but this is the nicest grass field in the state of Montana. There's no question about it. What does it take to make it look like this each week?
Well, I tell you, Bruce, and when you're working here, it takes a great grounds crew, and we just did a little honorary plaque for them in the last home game and recognized the grounds crew. So it's like everything else. It starts at the bottom with some people who are willing to work really hard, and then you have to have a plan. We put quite a bit of time, and of course, as everyone knows, money. It takes some money to keep grass going well, and cost of paint this day and age hasn't gone down any. But so yes, first off, compliment the grounds crew for working so hard. And from that's just a plan and a lot of hours.
Well, these checkerboards don't just show up on Saturday morning, but you spend a whole day Thursday with the Sea Halo, the checkerboard end zones, which are really unique in the country for stadiums.
Well, yes, Bruce. There's 240 squares, and they're 5 foot across each, and they have to be painted one at a time. And we use a template, obviously, which is a wood template with a spacer between it. We put 2 of them down, and then we actually use a commercial sprayer, a company here in town. Red Dog's done it for us for years. And then we use student workers and myself, of course, and we spray all one color down. White we start with, and we go through both end zones in the C, and then we come back and apply the purple.
Steve, right now for you and Charlie Gross and the whole staff, you've got football, volleyball, men's soccer, women's soccer, volleyball, and men's and women's basketball and track all going on right now. This is like the busiest time for you and your staff at Carroll College.
Well, it is, Bruce. We added women's softball, and they have their fall season is a little bit like spring football season. So we've been working on the fields over there and doing a lot of things to get them some good practice time in. And yes, we put in some hours. We had quite a few events this week, and next week's the busiest one of the year. It's 8 events next week we have.
Wow.
And we, in my world, I manage the physical plant and hire everyone, as you know, when you're here, the announcers, the clock operators, and all this stuff. And it takes a myriad of people to run those events. We have 38 people working today for football.
Wow, that's amazing.
And there's a lot
Nobody knows that, what it takes to put on a game.
Well, that's right, and we're real fortunate here, and I think most schools do this, but, our volleyball team came back from Rocky, and they're here working the game today, running the net and being ball girls for the football team, and so we use a lot of student help, and most of them, are other athletes from other sports, and they played last night, come back and work football today, and so we're blessed, number one, they're good help, and they're such nice young men and women that they're fun to be around, and so that's how you get it done. You rotate, as I got out of here at 11 o'clock last night. I was back here at 6 this morning. You got to be willing to put the time in to get it done, and drive around in the dark putting out those parking cones,
Well, Steve, I got to say, I was fortunate to work with you for 11 years when I was the athletic director here, and you're the MVP. I mean, you do so much more that people even know, and Carroll College is lucky to have you, and I'm lucky to have you as a friend and was able to work with you for all those years. So.
Well, we had some good times, Bruce. The program was moved up in the world, and as you know, we won some championships. But what we did more than all that is we established some protocols on the way to operate, and it's expectations from coaches and ourselves and the student athletes. And, we all know that the X's and O's and the, win and loss records speak for themselves, and you got to win in any sporting event, and that's why we're here doing it. But, the young people you're doing it with and the experience they have and what you teach in the process of pulling this off is just as important. And we're so proud of the young men and women that come here to play sports, and what they learn and hopefully what we can mentor for them to learn, and that nothing comes without effort and work, and, to be honest about it and to work hard. And, like life, we accept the results of that, but, a lot of times it's not taught very well that, do things the right way, the very best you can, and work hard, and then the outcome will take care of itself.
Yeah, good things will happen. Steve Jones, the Director of Athletic Facilities and Operations at Carroll College. We're going to take a break and come back with Rocky Erickson and the Athletic Director at Carroll College, Mr. Charlie Gross. Rocky on top, 35-14.
There's a place where higher education starts at a higher elevation and rises from there. Located in the heart of the Rockies, Carroll College raises the bar with small classes taught by award-winning professors, more than 60 majors, minors, and pre-professional programs, and year-round outdoor fun over every horizon. Carroll College, aspire to go higher.
When it comes to repairing your vehicle, make sure you choose the most experienced and well-equipped repair facility in Helena, Capital Collision Center. We are Helena's only Honda, Acura, Nissan, Ford F-150 aluminum, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Fiat, GM, and Hyundai certified repair facility. Montana losses, it's your vehicle and it's your choice where you have it repaired. Choose Capital Collision Center at 1006 Euclid Avenue.
Capital Collision Center, Helena's first choice in collision repair.
At Northwestern Energy, we care about your safety. That's why we add a skunky, rotten egg smell to our natural gas to help you detect leaks. Natural gas is safe, but leaks can be dangerous. So if you think you smell a gas leak, follow our safety tips. Do not attempt to locate the leak. Do not use any electrical switches or appliances. Do not use open flames. Get out of your home fast.
And from a safe distance, call us at Northwestern Energy.
Together, we can deliver a bright future.
It's the Opportunity Bank halftime report, 35-14. The 15th ranked Bears of Rocky out on top of the Saints of Carroll College, and we're joined by Mr. Charlie Gross, the athletic director at Carroll. And if anybody was wondering why the weather is so perfect today, it's all because of Charlie Gross.
I take credit for all those things I can control, and weather, absolutely, I can control that.
Charlie, it's the middle of October, and I might be wrong here, but I think you got soccer going on. I think you got men's and women's basketball going on. You got women's volleyball. You got football. Why, as the AD, do you have all the sports play at the same time?
You know, the NAI has this this idea that it's good to have as many things going on for as long a period as you can. And it's a little bit different than the NCAA. The NCAA does have a little more restriction in the length of the seasons, where the NAIA does allow our basketball or winter sports to begin early. And you know what? It actually is advantageous. When you're in a geographic area like we are up in Montana, and you're challenged to schedule opponents, to have a longer period of time in which you can schedule them does help, because we can play those Canadian teams in basketball. So that's who we played last night.
How important, how big is it that the Frontier Conference, the state of Montana, gets to host the NAIA National Women's Basketball Tournament?
You know, basketball is played at a very high level in the Frontier Conference, both on the men's side and the women's side. And to be able to bring the teams into Montana and really kind of help our teams have even a little more competitive advantage when you don't have to travel. You're able to play in front of a larger percentage of fans. You've got more familiarity. I think it's a huge factor, and it's a huge benefit for the Frontier Conference. In addition, you know, the Frontier Conference is highly respected in the NAIA. We have great organization. We have great kids. Each of our sports does play at a high level, so in order, you know, to be able to get a tournament of that magnitude in the state is a wonderful thing.
Charlie, I don't know how much pull you have with the NAIA, but since we have the best football conference in the nation, is there any way each and every year we can get 4 Frontier Conference teams in the playoffs with an automatic bye?
Sure, let's just go to 32 teams. There you go. I've got the answer.
It's disappointing, though, because the Frontier is so good. They have to play each other more than once. Some teams, they beat each other up. They don't have the great win-loss records that some other programs have. And, you know, it's unfair to only get one team in.
Yeah, we're so geographically challenged with scheduling that creates problems. It creates problems on the athletic or on the football side, and it creates problems on the basketball side. We do the same thing in basketball. We play everybody 3 times, and then potentially you face somebody a 4th time in the conference tournament. And with familiarity, it really kind of levels out the playing field. You know, it's you can't come in and surprise anyone. You're gonna be prepared. We have great coaches. We have kids who are like sponges, and they will carry out game plans very, very well. And so that's why every Saturday is kind of interesting, because you just don't know what's going to happen. And from a fan standpoint, it's really exciting. From a coach's standpoint, boy, it creates a lot of anxiety. And you're absolutely right. When teams are ending up with 2 losses, our conference champion has 2 losses. Those 2 losses are against a highly competitive team in a highly competitive conference. And unfortunately, it drops our ranks, and then we don't have as good a path to that national championship. But if you're the best, you're gonna have to prevail at some point.
This is the Opportunity Bank halftime report with Charlie Gross, the athletic director at Carroll College. Charlie, what are you most proud of here at Carroll?
Our student athletes, without a question. We have high quality students that are athletes. I came up with a statement a year ago that I was trying to say what makes the Carroll College students so special is that they care. They care about everything they do. They, you know, whether it's what they do in the classroom, how they get engaged in the community. We have the volleyball team on the sidelines today doing the ball. They're being the ball girls on the sideline. They didn't get home until 3 o'clock last night from playing a volleyball match at Rocky Mountain College, and they're doing it with a smile. They're doing it with energy. They're glad to be there. Our student athletes make it a joy to come to work every day and work really hard on their behalf to try to give them that continued competitive advantage on a daily basis.
The future, Carroll College athletics, anything new and exciting you want to share with us?
You know, we're always trying to make our facilities better, and we've got a PE center that has really entertained a lot of people in a lot of different ways since 1971. It's our indoor facility, and it really needs a little bit of a facelift, and we've really tried to color up the gymnasium a little bit and bring some newness to the actual floor and to some of our wall decorations. And this winter we will begin kind of an aesthetic upgrade enhancement to the lobby. As people come into the lobby of the PE Center, they're going to be greeted with a freshened up look.
Charlie Gross, Athletic Director here at Carroll College. And Charlie, thank you for taking the time to visit with us at halftime.
My pleasure, Rocky.
35-14, Rocky out on top of the Saints of Carroll College.
Out here, we love our animals, from the wildlife to the livestock. Inside, it's the same. They're just like family. We keep them happy and healthy, most of the time. Secondhand smoke puts pets at risk for cancer, feline lymphoma, vomiting, increases the risk of tumors and lung cancer, even causes eye and skin disease. Secondhand smoke puts your pet's life at risk.
The Great Northwest. From the Oregon coast to the Rocky Mountains, we stand side by side, cheering for our teams. We dedicate our Saturdays to the legends that shaped history and to the players of today. We celebrate their victories and mourn their losses. But we return again and again, because we are a region captivated by tradition. Here at Paint West Insurance, we celebrate what you celebrate.
At First Security Bank, we believe that the banking experience should be both simple and efficient. We've invested our resources to provide our customers with the highest quality services and optimal banking tools. When you bank with First Security Bank, you're not only getting the most personalized banking experience in Helena, you're working with a bank dedicated to helping Helena thrive. Visit us in person or online. First Security Bank, locally owned, community strong.
You know, I feel bad for Charlie Gross to be the athletic director at Carroll after, the world famous Bruce Parker was the AD for all those years and the success, and now in the Hall of Fame. I mean, those are some big footsteps to fill, Bruce, any way you look at it.
He's doing a great job. Charlie is a real organized, real business-minded guy, and good to work with. We're going to take a look at some replays here in our Opportunity Bank halftime, Rocky. And
Major Ali into the end zone on a touchdown for Ali. That was a 6-minute mark of the first quarter. That was their first offensive drive. And Jacob Bakken, boy, what a first half for number 7, Jacob Bakken out of Webo, Montana. That was one of his rare incomplete passes. Bakken, 14 of 19, 262 yards and 3 touchdowns in that first half for Jacob Bakken. And total offense in that first half, 373 yards for Rocky Mountain College, 211 yards for the Saints. So that's 584 yards of combined offense and 49 total points. And Jacob Bakken had great protection in that first half. And a great pass to Olsen. And boy, look at this run that he made after the catch. And Derek Olsen with 2 catches for 26 yards. Max Gray with 3 catches for 97 yards. And Jacob Bakken also did some damage on the ground. And Bakken with, that's not Drew Korf. Drew Korf lined up in the Wildcat formation. Drew Korf came in for 1 play, and Drew Korf went 20 yards for a touchdown on that 1 play. Very, very impressive, to say the least. And their kicker's been perfect today. And, 373 yards in the first half, Bruce, against a good defensive team.
Yeah, on pace for 750 or 800 yards of total offense in a game. And I don't see the philosophy in the second half changing much for Jason Petrino and his football team. They're going to continue to throw the ball and try to get some yards on the ground with Sam Sparks. And I think their offense will continue to score points in the second half. What Carroll needs to do is also put some points on the board. And when they have opportunities after turnovers with great field position, they need to score.
35-14 at halftime. Rocky trying to win their 4th game in a row. They're the 15th ranked team in the nation. The Saints trying to snap a 3-game losing streak. Up next for Rocky home against Montana Western, and boy, what a game that was in week 4 when they lost in the final 30 seconds to the Bulldogs in a game that was telecast right here on SWX. 24-21 was the final score. So the Bears come in 5-2. One of those losses, that forfeit loss to Rocky, where Rocky won the game 19-0, and then a last-second loss at Montana Western. So it has truly been a spectacular season for Rocky Mountain College and head coach Jason Petrino. And, what did it come down to when you chose Coach Petrino to become the next Rocky coach?
Well, I had known Jason for a long time during my time at Carroll, and I just liked his philosophy. He's a great family man, Heather and all his kids. And I knew that he could put together a talented staff. We had some great finalists, and I won't mention names now who the finalists were, but one's a head coach at Division II, one is an offensive coordinator at a Division I program, guys that had great credentials, but I just had a feeling that Jason Petrino would be a great fit for Billings and for Rocky Mountain College, and we had a great committee put together, and they all felt the same way. So we were lucky to get Jason when we did. He was on Joe Glenn's staff in South Dakota, and when Joe Glenn stepped down, Jason became available and knew that it was time for him to be a head coach, and he's come in and done a wonderful job, with the guys academically, with community service projects. He's out in the community. His kids are involved in activities. His wife works at the YMCA. So they've really fit well into Billings.
Coming into this game, Carroll had won 31 of the last 35 games in the history of this series. Rocky, 262 passing yards, 111 on the ground, 373 total yards. Carroll only had 6 first downs in the first game between these two teams, and they've got 10 here in the first half. And we have had 4 turnovers in the game, 3 on Carroll, 1 against Rocky Mountain College. And this game is underway in quarter number 3. Eric Dawson on the return. November 3rd in Billings when Rocky beat Carroll 31-28. That was the first win for Rocky over Carroll since 2000. It snapped a 24-game losing streak. And if Rocky can win today, it'll be the first time since '98 that they won both games in the year, but won't count because Carroll College won by forfeit in week number 1. And Carroll will get the ball first here in the second half. Nice return by Dawson off the short kick. And Carroll lines up right at midfield. And Ryan Arnson, with a gain of 8 yards on the carry. He only broke 17 school records at Hamilton High playing for his dad, Tony Arnson. And boy, Ryan explodes off that line, Bruce.
Yeah, they have a lot of momentum right now. They took that last drive down and scored at the end of the first half, and now they're getting the ball first to start here in the third quarter.
Second down and short. Be huge for the Saints to score on their first possession of the second half. Troy Arnson will come into motion. Low snap. Major Ali gets the first down and then some. Major Ali inside the 35-yard line, and Ali tackled by Fagan Keenan.
Or Keenan Fagan.
Keenan Fagan. Let's go with that.
He's a guy that from his strong safety position, as we mentioned, had 7 picks last year and 4 already this year.
Didn't 7 lead the nation last year?
7 led the NAIA.
Eric Dawson and Joe Ferris to the right side on first down and 10. Play action. Going to go to the end zone to Sipes, and Sipes can't quite get to the football, and Kendall Jefferson playing some great D for the Battling Bears of Rocky.
And Sipes been pretty quiet today.
He has.
Came in as their leading receiver this season, has had some big games, but he's got Kendall Jefferson on him today, and Kendall Jefferson, a very good cover corner.
Kaloy just overthrew him a bit. Second down and 10. Colby's numbers on the afternoon, 9 of 17, picked off twice for a 123 yards. Major Ali gets hit at the line and dives forward for a gain of 3. And Ryder Rice in on the tackle is going to bring up 3rd down and 7 for the Saints.
Yeah, special thanks to Charlie Gross and Steve Jones for joining us on our Opportunity Bank halftime report, and just great guys to talk to and really involved in what's going on here at Carroll.
The Saints are only 2 of 8 on 3rd down conversions. You got to think if they come up short here, they may go forward on 4th down. Kaloy is going to go near the end zone. Eric Dawson makes a great catch. Jefferson defending, and what a game for Eric Dawson. Watch Dawson just make a great catch here.
Yeah, opening up the field a little bit and trying to get the ball to Dawson. There's no question he's their guy right now in the receiving game, and Kaloy is starting to throw the ball pretty well.
1st down and 10. Sipes to the right side. Sipes came into the game with 22 catches, 346 yards. As Bruce mentioned, their number 1 receiver on the season. And direct snap, and that's Arnson to Arnson. Troy Arnson took the snap, handed it off to his brother Ryan Arnson, and Ryan Arnson went for about 3 yards. Dad Tony Arnson is one of the coaches here at Carroll College.
Good things come in 3, right? Boy, the Arnson boys have had great careers in high school, and Tony retired as the head coach at Helena High School to join the staff with Mike Van Diest.
He finished 2nd to Billings Senior in his final year. Arnson, direct snap again out of the Wildcat. Troy Arnson, the 10. Troy Arnson down to the 7-yard line where he is stopped by Dallas Mack out of Huntley Project.
Been pretty impressed, Rocky, the last 2 drives for Carroll College. They just marched up and down the field. Got that touchdown at the end of the first half, and now they've done it here again to start the second half.
It's going to be 3rd down and 1 yard. And now Eric Dawson will line up in the Wildcat. In motion comes Arnson. Eric Dawson with the 1st down inside the 5-yard line. You know, I'd say give him the ball more often. He'd be a hard one to bring down, Bruce.
He's a horse. You know, great size and strength. Really a tight end that's playing a little bit in the backfield is what he is. They're a slot back. Maybe more in the reference of a guy by the name of Bubba Bartlett, who played at Carroll College a number of years ago, who was one of the best players in the NAIA.
Sipes to the right side, and it's going to be Troy Arnson at the quarterback spot. Major Ali lines up behind him. Troy will keep it. Hit at the 5. Troy driven down. That's Chase Bertelson out of Webo, Montana. And on the tackle was going to be 2nd down and goal. From the 5-yard line, the opening drive of the second half. Rocky, the 15th ranked team of the nation, out on top of the Saints of Carroll College, 35-14. The 2 teams combined for 49 points in that first half and almost 600 yards of offense. Joe Ferris and Sipes to the right side. Kaloy is backing at quarterback on 2nd down and goal. Ferris in motion. Long count. Kaloy rolls right. Wide open. Catch is made into the end zone for a touchdown. That's Tony Collins out of Fort Worth, Texas. And the Saints find the end zone for the 3rd time in this game.
You know, a team that had only scored 1 offensive touchdown in their last 4 games. Rocky, I'm impressed with the way they're moving the football today against an outstanding Battling Bear defense. They've marched up and down the field. They've had a couple turnovers that have really hurt them, but they seem to be in stride right now.
Crap for the extra point, and it is good, and the Saints are back in this one. It's 35-21, Rocky out on top.
Truck manufacturers these days are producing some pretty powerful trucks. That's why we designed the Michelin Defender LTX MS tire. It's built with stronger advanced compounds that hold up to tougher conditions. The Defender LTX MS has outstanding all-season traction and excellent fuel efficiency backed by our 70,000-mile warranty. So whether it's a working truck or you're hauling your snowmobile or boat, you'll get the most out of every mile. Turn to the experts to find the right Michelin tire for whatever you drive.
Wayland Tire. We know tires.
Opportunity is everywhere. That is why I love my job at Opportunity Bank of Montana. I get to help my neighbors with business and agriculture loans, including new equipment loans. I understand that people need a bank they can rely on. You see, I grew up here with the eastern high plains out our front door and the crazy mountains in our backyard. Come see me, Brandy, or one of my colleagues at Opportunity Bank of Montana. Your local bank, your opportunity.
This uniform symbolizes living up to a higher standard. To the Army National Guard soldier, earning it represents a commitment to a nearly 4th-century tradition of vigilance. To don this uniform in the Army National Guard is to be a guardian of freedom and the American way of life. Join us in a timeless tradition of selfless service at NationalGuard.com.
We'd like to welcome our network affiliates for today's game. SWX in Billings, Bozeman, Butte, Great Falls, Helena, Kalispell, Missoula, Spokane, Coeur d'Alene, the Tri-Cities, and Yakima. We're happy to have you enjoying this game. Rocky Erickson with the Hall of Famer, Bruce Parker. And the kick is bobbled, and the return out near the 25-yard line. So great start here for the Saints of Carroll College in the second half. It was 35-7. The Saints have scored twice, and it's 35-21. And on that return for Rocky Mountain College is Sammy Sparks. And Rocky will come out offensively. Well, the Saints, you thought they were out of it. Bruce, 35-7, and they've fought their way back in this one.
Yeah, they have, and they've done it with a balanced offense, throwing the ball, running the football. We'll see what Rocky needs to do right now. They really weren't stopped much in that first half, and see if Bakken can come out and keep them hot.
It's going to be 1st down and 10. At the 28-yard line, Bakken out of the shotgun. Sparks finds some room, and Sparks hard to bring down, and Sammy Sparks will pick up a dozen. He's got 97 yards in the game.
Yeah, having a great game, the Billings Senior product. Played for Coach Murdoch with Billings Senior, and we take a look at this now. Look at the legs and the movement by Sam Sparks. You can't bring him down unless you're going to really be there to tackle.
Bakken wants to throw on 1st down. Bakken's going deep in coverage to Gray, and that is broken up, and what a nice defensive play by Nate McGree. Nate McGree, 230-pound sophomore, and he broke that one up. The best rushing game this season for Sam Sparks, 123 yards against the lights of MSU Northern. Are you kidding me? Northern leads against Montana Western 13-7. Tech over Eastern Oregon 3-0. Southern Oregon out on top of the College of Idaho 27-17. Southern Oregon trying to get their first win in 3 games. Boy, if Northern beats Montana Western, I mean, this just flip-flops. You got the number 1 team in the conference against the bottom team in the conference.
Yeah. It just shows the parity in the Frontier Conference. And, with the new coaching staff up at MSU Northern, I think they're trying to turn things around. You can't do it overnight. And they're doing it with some Montana kids and some junior college transfers. And they've been competitive in 3 or 4 of their games this year.
If that holds and Rocky wins this game, they're going to be number 1 in the Frontier Conference.
That would make for quite a game next week at Herb Clint Field on the Rocky campus, Montana Western and Rocky Mountain College. 1 o'clock Saturday.
At 11 o'clock Saturday at Wendy's Field at Rocky is the state championship Class A soccer game. Billings Central Laurel for the 4th year in a row. Barkin. Darnell Jenkins, good for 7. The Billings Central Lady Rams soccer, they've won 8 of the last 10 state championships. And Bruce, how about that relationship with Billings Central and Rocky? They share the same soccer field. They share the same football field.
Yeah, it's been amazing, Rocky. It's all in the view of Bob Wilmot, the president of Rocky Mountain College, to be a good community partner. Brad Nason, Jeff Mulby, all really work hard to have a great partnership with the Rams.
Bakken, Overton, move the chains. That's another Rocky first down.
And the guys that are working over there at Central are awesome too. As we take a look at the replay, Shell Hanser, the athletic director, and Richie Powell, the athletic director, Shell, the principal. Such great people to work with, and the community has really stepped up.
What a great school. First down and 10, just inside midfield. Bakken, Darnell Jenkins again, and what a strike by Jacob Bakken. This man has been unbelievable the last few weeks. Watch this strike from Webo, Montana on the Wayland Tire replay.
Yeah, he's been the Frontier Player of the Week 2 or 3 times this year, and he came in averaging 276 yards a game in the passing, and I think he hit that almost in the first half.
Sparks with the carry. Bakken's numbers on the afternoon, 16 of 22. 274 yards and 3 touchdowns, and a Rocky player is down here. Rocky's first 35-21 Bears lead. We're going to take a break.
Nestled at the base of the Elkhorn Mountains in Montana City, Montana, the Elkhorn Mountain Inn is your ideal location for superb accommodations and excellent service. Opportunity abounds in the great outdoors with convenient access to lakes, biking and hiking trails, golf courses, fishing excursions, and more. Be sure to experience the various museums, shopping, and restaurants downtown Helena has to offer. We'll provide outstanding service and a warm atmosphere for you, including a continental breakfast and free Wi-Fi. Book your room online at elkhornmountainin.com or give us a call, 406-442-6625.
When it comes to repairing your vehicle, make sure you choose the most experienced and well-equipped repair facility in Helena, Capital Collision Center. We are Helena's only Honda, Acura, Nissan, Ford F-150 aluminum, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Fiat, GM, and Hyundai certified repair facility. Montana Law says it's your vehicle and it's your choice where you have it repaired. Choose Capital Collision Center at 1006 Euclid Avenue.
Capital Collision Center, Helena's first choice in collision repair.
Hey, what's up? Wait, you vape? You're usually such a control freak. I'm addicted. I used to smoke and vape, and the only thing in control was the nicotine. And you have asthma.
Yeah, but mine's just mild.
It doesn't matter. It can still trigger an attack.
I need to quit.
Quitting is the best way to keep your asthma under control. Help from the 406, my friend. It's good. It's getting better.
And we have some upcoming games on SWX. And Rocky, it's just been a lot of fun watching the high school games, the college games, and all that's played. Volleyball, high school volleyball.
November 3rd, College of Idaho at Montana Western. Late pitch, McCombs with the carry. Ouch! McCombs took a huge hit.
Did you feel that one up here?
Wow. Micah Ons with the tackle, and Sam Sparks was injured. Sam Sparks was injured, and look at Micah Ons with the tackle. That's where Sammy Sparks got injured on the play before that. And Sam Sparks rushed for over 100 yards in his football game, out with an injury. It's going to be 3rd down.
You mentioned that Montana Western game. I think you'll be in Dillon for that one.
Bakken threw behind Overton. And Carroll has scored twice here since Rocky last scored. And now Rocky's facing a 4th down. And that would be a 39-yard field goal attempt. Their offense stays on the field. Rocky 1 for 1 on 4th downs in this game this afternoon. They're going to go for it. It's 4th down and 5 for Rocky. Bakken rolls left. Bakken throws on the run to the end zone. It's incomplete. Lucas Overton, the intended receiver. And the Saints are getting the football back. And Bruce, I'll tell you what, they have played well in this game. Bakken on 4th down. Bakken throws it to the end zone. And Lucas Overton that's Gray, unable to make the catch. And the Saints on a roll.
You can put money down that when they have a 4th down pass play like that Bakken's going to be looking for Gray or Overton, and Carroll did a nice job on coverage in that pass play.
6.5 left to be played in quarter number 3. Rocky Erickson alongside Bruce Parker. The Saints are on their way back, trying to snap a 3-game losing streak. Rocky has won their last 3. And if Rocky wants to make the postseason playoffs, they can't afford to lose any more games this season.
Yeah, they got to keep winning. They have some tough ones ahead, too. They have Montana Western, Montana Tech, Eastern Oregon on a road trip. Tough road schedule.
And that's Major Ali. Ali goes for about 3 yards. Major Ali with 64 yards in a game. He's won over the 100-yard mark 6 times this season. And Ali, not much on that carry. Can the Saints score again and make it a 1-score game? 2nd down and 7. Play action. Wide open. Pass is caught. Ferris gets across the 40-yard line. That might be his first catch of the game for Joe Ferris. It is one of their leading receivers. Wow.
Yeah, he was wide open, and a good shot there by Kaloy to get the ball to him. They're getting the pass off quick. They're not giving them much chance on a pass rush to get to the quarterback, and that's a pretty smart calling on the offensive end for Carroll College.
Ferris, Arnson split out wide to the right side. That's Troy Arnson. First down for the Saints. And here comes Major Ali giving the first down. That's not Ali. That's Arnson. Ryan Arnson with a big gain. Ryan Arnson to the 27-yard line. Wow. But a flag is down. That was a 32-yard run for 5'7" Ryan Arnson. Breaks a tackle there.
Looks like it's going to come back against Carroll College. Let's wait and see.
Carroll's pointing that it's against Rocky. Boy,
might be.
What a turnaround here. This is simply amazing. 5:17 to go in the first half. Rocky led 35-7. Now it's 35-21. And the Saints are knocking on the door with that penalty. They're going to have it first down and 10 at the 13-yard line. What a comeback for Carroll College.
You know, I said, Rocky, earlier that strange things happen here. And, you know, Carroll has been good and been lucky, but they are so tough at home. You know, they play well here at Nelson Stadium, and they make big plays, and they've made them here in this third quarter.
Major Ali for about 3 yards to the 10-yard line. Well, you never know, Bruce.
There's still a lot of time left in this game.
That's why they put up the pads. I mean, put on that uniform, and you never know what's going to happen. Rocky on a roll and won 3 games in a row. The Saints had lost 3, only scored 1 touchdown offensively in 3 games. And here we are with a great comeback. 2nd down and 7 from the 10-yard line. Kaloy wants to go to the end zone. He's got all day. Kaloy throws that one away. Arnson the intended receiver, Troy Arnson. And now it's going to be third down for the Saints. 4 minutes and 20 seconds left to be played here in quarter number 3. It's 35-21 the score.
Well, if they could get in the end zone here, they'd only be down 2 scores. And who would have thought it, when it was 35-7 and Rocky was rolling, that Carroll could get back in this football game.
Third down, Saints 4 of 9 on third down conversions. Kaloy looking left. Kaloy to the corner. Is it a touchdown? No. Making the catch, Shane Sipes. And now it's fourth down. And the field goal unit will come on Josh Kraft, 4 of 6 on the season. It'll be about a 27-yard attempt. Arnson to hold. That's Troy Arnson. So Kraft on the field goal attempt here. And the kick is blocked. The kick is blocked. So Rocky dodges a bullet with 4:09 left. The Bears out on top of the Saints, 35-21.
Let me introduce you to the BF Goodrich All-Terrain TA KO2 tire. With technology designed to conquer the harshest terrain on Earth, the KO2 is BF Goodrich's toughest all-terrain tire ever. And now, that Baja-born toughness is ready for you. Whether you're at work or at play, take on your toughest road challenges with confidence. Turn to the experts at Wayland Tire to find the right BF Goodrich tire for whatever you drive.
Wayland Tire. We know tires.
Out of the shotgun, McCombs with the ball carrier. So Mason Melby got hurt earlier last week. They're starting running back out of Baker. And then Sam Sparks was hurt on the last offensive series. So the Bears have lost their top 2 running backs. Cody McCombs is now the running back. He picks up 4 yards on that carry. It's going to be second down and 6. Late here in the third. Blocked field goal attempt. And the Saints unable to score, and that would have been big. Bakken, boy, what protection. Bakken rolls right, and Bakken will throw it away. A long third down play coming up here. The Wild Frontier Conference, Bruce. You never know what's going to happen.
Yeah, some funny scores, with Northern leading Montana Western 13-7 at the last count that we had, and Montana Tech with a 3-0 lead over a good Eastern Oregon football team. That'd be a great ball game to watch this afternoon. And then, of course, Southern Oregon trying to get back after losing 2 straight with a lead early in their game.
Third down and 7. Bakken. McCombs makes the catch, came out of the backfield to make that catch. Is going to be close to a first down for the Badland Bears of Rocky Mountain College. Chase Bowen in on the tackle for the Saints. And McCombs came out of the backfield, made the catch, and it's going to be fourth down and short, fourth down and less than a yard for Rocky. McCombs hits his own play, and McCombs, I think, is going to be short. Rocky going for it on fourth down, and McCombs ran into the back of one of his offensive linemen. And they are going to be short, and Carroll's going to get the ball back, going for it on fourth down for the 29-yard line, Bruce.
Wow, great field position now for Carroll College. You know what Rocky has done in this game is they just kind of changed their offensive philosophy. They almost like we have a big lead and we're going to kind of maybe run the ball a little bit more instead of staying with what the game plan was. But there's a lot of time left in this game for both teams, and this is a big drive for Carroll College after being stopped on that last field goal.
Can the Saints make something happen here? Sipes in motion. Major Ali hit behind the line. Ali goes down, and Keenan Fagan on the tackle for a loss of 1.
Yeah, up from his strong safety position. Fagan, not just a talented guy in coverage, he can also play the run very well. He's a big, strong kid, and a nice play there against Major Ali.
Second down and 11. Joe Ferris will come into motion across the right side. Saints work for the 31-yard line. Kaloy going to air it out to Ferris, and his receiver goes down on the play. Joe Ferris slipped. And now it's going to be third down and long. Just think if the Saints would have scored even a field goal or a touchdown that last possession, and then they score here. I mean, you could have a tie game.
Yeah. I was here a couple of years ago when Rocky was ahead most of the entire game, and Carroll scored on about a 65-yard pass play, the last play of the game, to win the game. So it's there's a little mystique here for these Fighting Saints.
We got a timeout.
Timeout.
And that's in 2015. 35-21, Rocky out on top late here in this third quarter.
Let me introduce you to the BF Goodrich All-Terrain TA KO2 tire. With technology designed to conquer the harshest terrain on Earth, the KO2 is BF Goodrich's toughest all-terrain tire ever. And now, that Baja-born toughness is ready for you. Whether you're at work or at play, take on your toughest road challenges with confidence. Turn to the experts at Wayland Tire to find the right BF Goodrich tire for whatever you drive.
Wayland Tire. We know tires.
There's a place where higher education starts at a higher elevation and rises from there. Located in the heart of the Rockies, Carroll College raises the bar with small classes taught by award-winning professors, more than 60 majors, minors, and pre-professional programs, and year-round outdoor fun over every horizon. Carroll College, aspire to go higher.
At First Security Bank, we believe that the banking experience should be both simple and efficient. We've invested our resources to provide our customers with the highest quality services and optimal banking tools. When you bank with First Security Bank, you're not only getting the most personalized banking experience in Helena, you're working with a bank dedicated to helping Helena thrive. Visit us in person or online. First Security Bank, locally owned, community strong.
Third down and 11. Kaloy, 12 of 24, picked off twice, 2 touchdowns, 163 yards on the afternoon. Bears showing blitz. Here they come with Ryder Rice. Kaloy throws on the route. It's going to be intercepted. And Rocky has picked him off once again. And Henderson on the interception.
Well, a big play as we take a look at it on the replay that Rocky needed to come up with a big play, and the defense did, getting the third interception of the afternoon.
That is a 4th turnover for the Saints.
You're going to be in pretty good shape if you get 4 turnovers in a game. And that's where Rocky sits right now, leading at 35-21. But this would be a good time to kind of put an end to the momentum that Carroll has come up with here in the latter part of that first half and here in the third quarter.
Carroll has outplayed Rocky this half, and a new running back is in for Rocky Mountain College, Colton Williams, the ball carrier. Williams with just 28 yards all season, and the Bears without Mason Mulvey, the Bears without Sam Sparks, who was hurt here in the third quarter. Drew Korf, backup quarterback, came in out of the Wildcat, and he rushed for a 20-yard touchdown. In that first half, it's going to be second down and 11, a loss of a yard. A minute 45 left to be played.
Yeah, I think that run by Drew Korp kind of surprised everybody, including the Carroll defense and you and I up here.
3 wide receivers set to go out on second down and long. Bakken screen pass. Is it caught? Incomplete by Colton Williams. It's going to be third down and long. Bruce, November 20th, 1999. Rocky won their first ever postseason game 38-22 over Dickinson State. Herm Ellenboss and I drove all night long from Helena to Dickinson, and we announced the Helena Capital West High School football game, got in his van, and drove all the way to Dickinson for the playoff game.
That's what I want to know. Was there snow?
It wasn't bad at all.
That's good.
Third down and 11. Big play here for both teams. 5 are set to go out for Rocky. Bucket all night long. Bucket, Overton, move the chains, and that's a first down.
Yeah, Overton been pretty quiet here in the second half. And Bakken finds him. You know, when you have that guy, you know, Max Gray and Lucas Overton, you're going to look for them because they are the money receivers for Rocky Mountain College.
Look at that protection that Jacob Bakken has. That offensive line, and Overton makes the catch, gets the first down. And for the fourth time this season, Bakken's over 300 yards. He went for 431 and 5 touchdowns at the College of Idaho. First down and 10. Bakken, hand up. And Williams, the ball carrier for the Battling Bears of Rocky Mountain College. Colton Williams, a redshirt freshman out of Sheridan, Wyoming.
Pretty big stage for him right now to be the guy in the backfield along with Bakken. You know, we should give a little bit of credit to Jason Petrino. You know, Jason's always been an offense or a defensive guy all his years as an assistant coach at the Division I and Division II and NAI level. And then he took over as offensive coordinator this year with help from guys like John Roy, and they have done a great job running this offense.
A tackle for a loss, and getting in that backfield, Garrett Kokab, and he got there about the same time the ball was handed off to Colton Williams, and watch this tackle. Wow. Yeah, that's how it's done. The third quarter is in the books. It's 35-21. Rocky out on top.
My financial education basically just consisted of advice my parents gave to me.
They start becoming more aware of what their money is doing and what they're doing with their money.
It's relative, it's timely, it's fresh.
Very engaging, it's easy to follow, and it's interesting.
A lot of our classes are preparing us for college and to think, but this one is preparing us for life.
Our mission here at Opportunity Bank is to provide strong financial futures for Montanans, and we believe that financial literacy plays a big role in that.
In the 1950s, people thought cigarettes were harmless. Today, it's e-cigarettes. Vaping is highly addictive. Plus, there are heavy metals, tin and aluminum, lead, formaldehyde, acetone, carcinogens, and toxic chemicals in the vapor. E-cigarettes are not regulated. Corporate tobacco hasn't changed their game, just their technology. If you want to quit, call the Quit line for free help and FDA-approved medications.
At Northwestern Energy, we care about your safety. That's why we add a skunky, rotten egg smell to our natural gas to help you detect leaks. Natural gas is safe, but leaks can be dangerous. So if you think you smell a gas leak, follow our safety tips. Do not attempt to locate the leak. Do not use any electrical switches or appliances. Do not use open flames. Get out of your home fast.
And from a safe distance, call us at Northwestern Energy.
Together, we can deliver a bright future.
Well, we played 3 quarters of college football. Rocky 462 yards and 35 points. The Saints 302 and 21, and the Saints thoroughly outplayed Rocky in that third quarter. They missed a couple of opportunities to put points on the scoreboard, a blocked field goal and an interception when they had the ball in that red zone. Gray will come into motion. They work near midfield. And the fourth quarter is underway. Long third down play. Bakken over the middle, incomplete. He tried to put it into not much room at all. And Tony Madsen out of Missoula Loyola broke that up. And hey, the Saints have had quite a half here, Bruce.
Yeah, they have. They've dominated since the latter part of that second quarter. But like you said, Rocky, they missed some opportunities that could have been even a lot closer than it is right now. But still a lot of time, almost 15 minutes left here in the fourth quarter. And two very good football teams right now.
Micah Hans is back to receive the kick from Kraft, and that is going to go out of bounds, and the Saints will have decent field position. The fourth quarter just underway here in Helena at Nelson Stadium. Player of the game coming up in the latter part of this fourth quarter. Up next for Rocky, home on Saturday against the Bulldogs of Montana Western. And when they met in week number 4, Western won the final 30 seconds, 24-21. For the Saints of Carroll College that are at home up against MSU Northern, September 15th, they got Northern 32-14. Major Ali with 133 yards on the ground in that game. And here's Ali on the carry here for a gain of just a couple. And Chase Bertelson, wow, what a game for Chase Bertelson, the senior, out of Webo, Montana. He has been outstanding.
Yeah, he came in banged up a little bit, and Jason Petrino wasn't sure how much, if any, he would play today, but he stepped up on the field, and that's what a senior does.
Early in the fourth, the Bears out on top of the Saints, 35-21.
Out here, we love our animals, from the wildlife to the livestock. Inside, it's the same. They're just like family. We keep them happy and healthy, most of the time. Secondhand smoke puts pets at risk for cancer, feline lymphoma, vomiting, increases the risk of tumors and lung cancer, even causes eye and skin disease. Secondhand smoke puts your pet's life at risk.
There's a place where higher education starts at a higher elevation and rises from there. Located in the heart of the Rockies, Carroll College raises the bar with small classes taught by award-winning professors, more than 60 majors, minors, and pre-professional programs, and year-round outdoor fun over every horizon. Carroll College, aspire to go higher.
At First Security Bank, we believe that the banking experience should be both simple and efficient. We've invested our resources to provide our customers with the highest quality services and optimal banking tools. When you bank with First Security Bank, you're not only getting the most personalized banking experience in Helena, you're working with a bank dedicated to helping Helena thrive. Visit us in person or online. First Security Bank, locally owned, community strong.
It's going to be second down and 8 for the Saints. Play action. Palloy on the keeper and short gain, and a big third down play coming up here for Carroll College. They had a great third quarter, and it's been a while since the Bears have last scored. They scored with 5:17 to go in the second. Sam Sparks with a 6-yard touchdown to go up 35-7, but since then it's been all Carroll College. Third down and 7 coming up.
Trying to find out the extent of this injury to Sam Sparks.
Sight split out wide the left side. Kaloi flushed out. Kaloi throws on the run in traffic. The catch is made by Joe Ferris. Rocky said it hit the ground first. The man of the stripes says that's a catch, and that is a first down. Let's see if he did make that catch.
One of the things that Carroll has done in this second half is they've converted on long third down opportunities, and they didn't do that much in the first quarter.
Ferris will come into motion. Saints aren't giving up. They were down 35-7, and they're fighting their way back in this one. Kaloi wants to go to the air. Kaloi's got to go deep. Incomplete. And Fossum was wide open. Wow. That would have been huge.
Yeah, you wonder how he gets so wide open. There was nobody near him.
13:06 left to be played in this football game. 2nd down and 10. Handoff. Arnson. Arnson gets across midfield, a gain of about 5, and boy, oh boy, is he hard to bring down.
Yeah, not a big guy at all, but runs really hard. I think 5'7", maybe 180 pounds.
Stays low to the ground. You can do that when you're only 5'7".
Because you're always low to the ground.
Ryan Arnson on the carry. 12:53 left, and the penalty. Every time Ryan Arnson has had a run in this game, it seems like there was a penalty.
Yeah.
That is not good for that young man.
No updates on scores from around the frontier. Montana Western still losing against MSU Northern, which is a surprise.
Play action. Kaloy going deep to Sipes. It's incomplete. Defending is Kendall Jefferson. And now it's going to be 3rd down and long. Boy, you got to wonder what Coach Van Diest said at halftime.
Well, so far it's worked here in the 3rd quarter and part of the 4th quarter. I'm sure Jason Petrino wasn't happy with that last drive by Carroll to end the first half either. So there were probably pretty lively locker rooms at halftime.
Carroll College, 5 of 11 on 3rd down conversions. Kaloy, 13 of 27. Picked off 3 times in the game. And he's sacked. And getting the sack for Rocky Mountain College is Mason Price. And that was big, Bruce.
Yeah, nice bull rush there by Mason Price. Didn't give Kaloy any time to set or to throw. And a great play for the Rocky defense to hopefully maybe get the ball back for them on the punt.
Rocky came into the game with more than 20 sacks as a team, led by Ryder Rice out of Savage, leading the nation with 9.5 sacks. Carroll will give it up, and on the return for Rocky Mountain College is Gray across the 40 near midfield. A nice return for Rocky. The Bears have not scored this half.
They haven't scored since early in the 2nd quarter when they had that 35-7 lead, and it's just kind of disappeared slowly but surely.
Jacob Bakken, 20 of 30, no interceptions, 331 yards and 3 touchdowns. And before he was injured, Sam Sparks had over 100 yards on the ground, a touchdown, averaging 7.3 yards a carry. The Bears have rushed for more than 130 yards in a game, and a lot of their offense and all of their scoring came in the first half of this game. 1st down and 10. Bakken looking left side. Gray makes the catch. And Gray, a gain on the play of about 7 yards. And McGree in on the tackle again for Carroll College.
McGree, a famous athletic name from Butte Central grad, and they've been good in football, basketball, track and field. Lots of McGrees in Butte.
Receiver was wide open on that play. Rocky with 17 first downs in the game. Carroll with 17 first downs. 2nd down and 3. Quarterback keep. Bakken gets the first down and then some. Bakken slides to the 35-yard line. Nice run for the quarterback, Jacob Bakken.
Well, he showed his great quickness. You know, Jacob hasn't run the ball much this afternoon, but when he has, he's been real effective.
It's going to be 1st down and 10 for Rocky. Under 11 minutes left to be played in the SWX Game of the Week. 35-21, the Bears are out on top. Keeping it on the ground for Rocky, and there's a late flag.
Got to thank some of our great sponsors today. for helping us bring this SWX game to you. Wayland Tire, of course, with our game of the week. The Montana Tobacco Quit Line, Northwestern Energy. Just great sponsors that help bring high school and college football, volleyball, and basketball to you in the state of Montana and into Washington and Idaho.
And penalty is going to go against the Saints. So big break for the Bears of Rocky Mountain College. From 2000 to 2014, the Saints won the Frontier Conference every year but one. They played in the national championship game 8 times. They won 6 national titles, and they've had 3 losing seasons in a row. And they come into this game with 3 wins and 4 losses. But boy, what a gallant effort here in the second half. First down and 10 from inside the 20-yard line. Bakken out of the shotgun. And on the carry, Nelson breaks 1 tackle, and Colton Williams gets out to the 14-yard line. Again, Rocky has not scored since the 5:17 mark, and Williams tried the right side, make the corner, and he spun out of 1 tackle before he was brought down.
Getting a lot of playing time, more than he's had all season in all the games.
Also like to thank Opportunity Bank as one of our sponsors. 9 minutes and 38 seconds left to be played in the game, and the Battling Bears of Rocky have taken a timeout. Rocky out on top, 35-21.
Whether you live in town, out on the farm, or a cozy cabin nestled in the woods, wherever you call home or choose to locate your business, Woodpecker Technologies has great options for your high-speed internet. Based in Montana, we provide quality service to communities and businesses throughout the state. For high-speed internet anywhere, call Woodpecker Technologies at 406-461-1941 or visit us online at woodpeckertech.com.
At Northwestern Energy, we care about your safety. That's why we add a skunky, rotten egg smell to our natural gas to help you detect leaks. Natural gas is safe, but leaks can be dangerous. So if you think you smell a gas leak, follow our safety tips. Do not attempt to locate the leak. Do not use any electrical switches or appliances. Do not use open flames. Get out of your home fast.
And from a safe distance, call us at Northwestern Energy.
Together, we can deliver a bright future.
The Great Northwest. From the Oregon coast to the Rocky Mountains, we stand side by side, cheering for our teams. We dedicate our Saturdays to the legends that shaped history and to the players of today. We celebrate their victories and mourn their losses. We return again and again because we are a region captivated by tradition. Here at Paintvest Insurance, we celebrate what you celebrate.
Rocky had 373 yards of offense in the first half, just 110 yards of offense here in the second half. Second down and 5, the Bears knocking on the door. Handoff to Colton Williams, and he gets near the 10-yard line. Well, this time of the year, you've played 8 or 9 games, Bruce. You're going to have some bumps and bruises, but boy, for Rocky to lose their top 2 running backs late in the season, that's going to be tough.
Yeah, Melby out, didn't even make the trip. And Mason's, he's a tough guy, and he would have played if he could. And then, of course, Sam Sparks, we don't know what the extent of the injury is. It looks like a shoulder injury to Sparks, who's on the sideline with his arm in a sling.
Could be a collarbone. Third down and 2. Bakken to Darnell Jenkins, broken up nicely on that play by Ryan Olson. And now it's going to be 4th down, and Rocky will send out the field goal unit. Dylan Johnson's 3 for 4. is long this year, just 31 yards, and this will be from 28 yards for Dylan Johnson.
Yeah, they haven't attempted many field goals this season. They're so explosive offensively.
Rocket trying for their first score since midway through that second quarter from 28 yards, and the kick is no good by Dylan Johnson, just his second missed field goal. And boy, how many opportunities are the Saints going to get here? Wow.
Yeah, no points. Come away with no points there for Rocky. This is a big drive. We'll see the replay on this kick, but this drive may be the most important of the game thus far for Carroll College, to see if they can get some points on the board as we wind down here in the fourth quarter.
First down and 10 for the Saints. Sipes split out wide to the right side. Kaloy faked the handoff to Major Ali. Kaloy to Sipes, makes the catch and a move the chains, and Jefferson with the tackle. Boy, the Saints had a couple of golden opportunities in that third quarter to score even more points, and Sipes makes a great catch here. And the Saints, well, they're not giving up. They're down 2 scores, a lot of time left. 8:31 left to be played. Ferris split out wide to the right side. Kaloy out of the shotgun. Fake the handoff. Kaloy gonna go deep to Sipes again and overthrew him big time. And now it's going to be second down and 10. Boy, what a difference it has here, Bruce. Surprising.
Yeah. You know, it's easy to pack it in, Rocky, when you get down and somebody's putting it to you. But you got to give Mike Van Dee's squad a lot of credit for hanging in there and hanging in there. Made some big plays, come up with some turnovers, and they're still in this game.
Chase Fossum split on wide the left side. Second down and 10. Arnson comes into motion. Low snap. Kaloy takes a hit, still on his feet. Kaloy throws that one away. Ferris was the closest to him, and now it's going to be third down and 10 coming up for the Saints. They're going to be at home against the Lights of Northern on Saturday. Rocky with a huge game. At home up against Montana Western.
Yeah, 1 o'clock game at Herb Clint Field, and the game will be 1 o'clock here as well with MSU Northern and Carroll. Get there early, tailgate, have a lot of fun, be safe, and enjoy some great Frontier Conference football.
After I announce that state championship soccer game, I'll come over if I could get a free ticket or something.
Yeah, we'll try to save you a seat. I'll call Jeff Malby and see if we can get you one.
Third down and 10. Kaloy flushed out, and he'll throw that one away. And boy, that Rocky defense coming up big. JoJo Bones with 3 sacks in the game, and Bones has put a lot of pressure on the quarterback on the last couple of attempts. 7:59 left to be played.
Yeah,
here in the game.
When Rocky's defense has needed to make plays today, they've done it, and their defense has played outstanding this afternoon.
Lucas Overton is back to receive the punt. Kraft will punt for the Saints. And that one's in the dirt, and Kraft gets it off. And they're going to say he took a knee. Oh, Bruce.
What? That means
Rocky's going to have the football to 26-yard line. Kraft, when he went down to get the football, his knee went down.
Yeah, he's down then.
Oh, Rocky will take over. What a huge mistake. With 7:57 left to be played in this college football game. The Bears lead it 35-21. Let's see if the ball is on the ground and the knee is on the ground at the same time. And Rocky will take over. Bakken, handoff, Williams, Colton Williams. He had just 28 yards all season. before he was called into emergency duty this afternoon.
And now he's the workhorse. He's getting the ball a lot here in this second half with all the injuries, and he's done a nice job holding on to the football, picking up 3, 4, 5 yards at a shot.
Second down at 8 from the 24-yard line. Bakken, play action. Bakken to Overton. Overthrew him. Third down and long coming up. 7.5 left to be played. 35-21 at the break. It was 35-14 Rocky. A lot of action, a lot of scoring. In that first half, both teams scored in their first couple of possessions. And then in that third quarter, Carroll College dominated but only put 7 points on the scoreboard and had a couple of other opportunities. Third down and 7. Bakken 21 of 32 on the afternoon. Bakken in trouble. Bakken, he'll throw that away. And it's fourth down coming up for Rocky. Boy, we didn't have a lot of defense at all in the first half, Bruce, and now this second half has been an entirely different game, a more defensive game.
Yeah, the defenses have taken over in this game, and there hasn't been, there's been some excitement, but there hasn't been much scoring. Just 7 points for the Carroll College Fighting Saints, and the Battling Bears have been held scoreless.
We had 49 combined points in the first half. Just 7 here in the second half, and the Bears will go for it. They're 1 of 3 on fourth down conversions. It'll be fourth down at 8. Bakken. The throw, is it caught? Yes, and it's good enough for the first down and move the chains. And that was simply huge. Darnell Jenkins, no, that's going to be Gray. Gray made the catch. Max Gray. And that was not an easy catch to make.
No, it was a tough catch, and Max Gray has been known to make plays like that. Every game this season he's come up with a catch like that.
The Bears stay alive, converting on fourth down. From the 11-yard line, Bakken to the right side, incomplete, and somebody ran a round route, or the quarterback thought, hey, you're supposed to go to the outside. You went to the inside, but it happens, Bruce. I made a couple of mistakes this afternoon myself.
And who do you blame? You don't know. They got to get on the same page, and maybe they've lost a little bit of focus offensively here for Rocky here in the second half.
The Bears are trying to win their 4th straight game. They're ranked 15th in the nation. It's going to be second down and 10 with 6:42 left to be played.
And I don't know the answer to this, Rocky, but when's the last time Rocky won 4 games in a row? This would be monumental in the progress of this Jason Petrino football team. And
how about this carry by Bakken? Bakken gets down to the 5-yard line. He's about 3 yards short of a first down. 6:30 left to be played in this football game. Rocky Erickson alongside Bruce Parker, bringing you all the play-by-play of this one. Third down and short for Rocky. Bakken out of the shotgun. Handoff, Williams, and Williams got tripped up right after he got the football. And now it's going to be fourth down and a yard. Will Rocky bring out the field goal unit, or will they go for it? The Bears are 2 for 4 on fourth down conversions this afternoon.
I'm not going to try to outguess Jason here, but the points on the board would be important right now to kind of put a stop to the momentum for Carroll College. But they missed the last field goal attempt, so maybe they're thinking about going for it.
5.5 left to be played. Rocky's going to take a timeout here. They're going to talk about it. They lead 35-21. It's fourth down and about 2. We'll take a break as well. Bears up by 14.
When visiting the capital city of Helena, stay close in at an affordable rate at the Howard Johnson by Wyndham. Nicely appointed rooms with suites available. Start your day with a complimentary hot breakfast, and our indoor hot tub and pool will relax you. We're also home to the Longhorn Saloon and Casino. Come meet the locals, enjoy your favorite beverage, and try your hand at one of our 19 gaming machines. All in one location, only 8 minutes from the airport. It's the Howard Johnson by Wyndham. Call us at 406-443-2300.
Hey man, got some chew?
No, man. This stuff's dangerous.
Hey, can I get a zip?
No way.
Why not?
Give me one good reason.
It's full of toxic chemicals.
It rots your teeth, and it causes cancer.
Prove it.
It says so right in the can.
But why do you do it?
So then why do you chew?
When it comes to repairing your vehicle, make sure you choose the most experienced and well-equipped repair facility in Helena, Capital Collision Center. We are Helena's only Honda, Acura, Nissan, Ford F-150 aluminum, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Fiat, GM, and Hyundai certified repair facility. Montana Law says it's your vehicle and it's your choice when you have it repaired. Choose Capital Collision Center at 1006 Euclid Avenue.
Capital Collision Center. Helena's first choice in collision repair.
Well, the Bears are 2 out of 4 on 4th down conversions. Gray will come into motion. 4th down and 2, high snap. Bakken comes off left tackle. He's got the first down. He's got a touchdown. Jacob Bakken with the touchdown run.
Well, he's had a wonderful ball game out of Webo, Montana. We'll take a look at the replay with Jacob running it in, and this is what we've talked about throughout this entire game. He's got so many different weapons at in his arsenal, and he can run the football, and he does it right there to get another score.
And Jacob Bakken carried about 3 players with him on that 3-yard touchdown run.
A little bit of a gamble there. I like that in Coach Petrino. He'll do that during a football game. He'll make calls like that. I remember last year they scored late against Southern Oregon, Rocky, and had a chance to kick the extra point to tie or go for 2 to win the game right under a minute to play, and he went for 2. He didn't get it, but what a gutsy call for Jason Petrino, and I like the way he thinks.
Boy, that is. These Bears are been on fire lately, Bruce. Their last 4 games, they've scored 42, 34, 52, and they got 42 points on the scoreboard here. And wow, they've got Western at home, Eastern Oregon on the road, and then Montana Tech at home. That's 3 tough games.
You know, Rocky, too, I want to give a special congratulations to Lori Kelly and the Rocky Mountain College volleyball team. Now 22-3 on the season, leading the Frontier Conference. She does it year after year after year. Lori Kelly and that volleyball team are fun to watch. I think they're ranked maybe 8th or 9th in the country right now, and are looking for an automatic spot to Sioux City, Iowa for that national tournament that Herm Ellenboss goes down and takes care of.
One of the nation's very best volleyball announcers.
No question about it. And dedicated to the sport.
Sipes lets it go into the end zone, so it's going to be 1st down and 10 for Carroll College as they'll come out on the 25-yard line. Beautiful day for football, and in a couple of weeks we're back in Dillon for a Bulldog game, and the question is, will the Bulldogs come from behind to get by the lights of MSU Northern today?
I'm going to put my headsets off and try to get some updates for us.
It's going to be 1st down and 10 for the Saints for the 25-yard line. Kaloy. And he doesn't get the snap. He recovers, and the pass is complete to Sipes on a broken play. Colby unable to get the snap on his first attempt. Picked it up on one bounce and still completed the pass. Look at that. No problem. One bounce, pick it up, and complete the pass to Sipes. It's going to be 2nd down and short for the Saints. Under 5 minutes left to be played in this college football game. 42-21. Rocky out on top. Major Ali hit at the line, and Ali is going to be close to a first down. Carroll College had just 6 first downs when these two teams met in Billings on August 23rd. They've got 18 first downs so far in this game. Make it 19 as they get a first down here for the 35-yard line. Much better second half for the Saints, but they turn the ball over a couple of more times, and Sipes, what a move! Sipes put on Jefferson, and he gets across midfield before he's finally brought down by Ty Reynolds. Nifty run after the catch. And if you think for 1 minute I can read your writing here, is that MSU Northern leading over Montana Western 13-7, or what's the score there?
Montana Western up big against MSU Northern. Surprise, College of Idaho. I guess you shouldn't be surprised, but they're up 45-34 on Southern Oregon. And what's the other one we have there? Montana Tech trailing Eastern Oregon 13-3 in that ball game.
8-yard pickup. Troy Arnson makes the catch.
You can't read scribbling?
Pardon me?
You can't read scribbling? I used to be a doctor.
Exactly. That makes all the sense in the world. Dr. Parker, Hall of Famer. Second down and 2 from the 40-yard line. And Major Ali comes off left tackle, and Ali close to a first down, maybe just a little bit short. Late in this one, 3 minutes and 3 seconds left to be played in this game. 42-21, Rocky. Out on top, Rocky Erickson alongside Bruce Parker. Third down at a yard. Ferris, Troy Arnson to the right side. Major Ali in the backfield. Kaloy will come under center, and that's been rare. And here come the Bears. Kaloy rolls to the right side. His pass is incomplete. Arnson was tripped up. He wanted a flag. He's not going to get it. It's going to be fourth down. It's going to be 4th down and 1. Coming up here, the Saints went for it twice. They're 1 of 2. The receiver went down on this play. Kaloy rolls to the right side, and Arnson got tripped up.
Another big play here for the Carroll College offense. Without this one here, and if they turn the ball over on downs, it's just about over.
4th down at a yard. They'll throw on 4th and short. Move the chains. Sipes makes the catch. Nice open field tackle by Ty Reynolds.
Sipes is a nice receiver. Reynolds was right there. Not bad coverage as we take a look at the replay. But a good throw, and Sipes, one of the top receivers in all of the Frontier Conference.
Also got a nice block from the running back, Major Ali. From the 30-yard line, first down. In trouble. Kaloy, he'll roll left. Kaloy throws on the run in traffic. And that's incomplete. Clock is stopped. 2:04 left to be played in the game, and an injured player is down for the Saints of Carroll College.
Should give a special thanks to all the people that have helped us today. The great crew for SWX, Lauren and Carl in the truck, and all the camera people and the people up that make these games possible. Rocky, you working with you is always a treat for me to be up here in a booth on a beautiful day in Helena. But thanks to Eric Anderson, the sports information director at Carroll College, Steve Jones, Charlie Gross, and all the people, and Neil Peterson and his referees crew, led by our ref today, Larry Schmidt. Always do a nice job. My buddy Pat Batiste, who I went to high school with, and he's still running up and down the field refereeing football games.
And you went to high school with him back in the 40s.
Yeah.
I mean, that is hard to believe.
Well, it sure seems like it, I'm telling you right now. But great officials in this Frontier Conference, and Neil Peterson does such a wonderful job managing all the officials. And, of course, our commissioner, Kent Paulson, who we got a chance to watch his son, Curtis, begin his Carroll College career last night as they beat Lethbridge by about 26 over in the Carroll PE Center. A pretty impressive start for the Carroll College men's basketball team.
It's going to be 2nd down and 10. Kaloy. He play action. He's going to go deep, and he threw that one away. So Rocky with over 500 yards of offense in this game. And when you think about the Northwestern Energy player of the game, my vote goes to the Weibo quarterback for the Bears, Jacob Bakken, 22 of 36. 355 yards and 3 touchdowns. It's the 4th game he's been over 300 yards on the season. Last weekend he went for 363 against Northern, 431 against the College of Idaho, and 315 up against MSU Northern.
Yeah, and he rushed for a touchdown this afternoon too, so he's done it a lot of different ways in this game against Carroll.
Eric Dawson, the intended receiver there, and it's going to be 4th down again for the Saints of Carroll College. Under 2 minutes left to be played in this football game. The Saints are 2 of 4 on 4th down conversions. Kaloy out of the shotgun on 4th down and 10. He dropped the football. Kaloy picks it up, short pass incomplete to Major Ali. And Rocky's going to get the football back to run out the clock and pick up their 4th win in a row for the Bears. Out on top here, 42-21.
Yeah, I would guess that Jason will just have Bakken, take a knee, not run the score up, just kind of get out of this one with a victory and head back to Billings. And a great win for Jason Petrino and his football team. They were so explosive, Rocky, early in that football game. They just kind of came out and smacked the Fighting Saints right in the mouth and really took that lead at 35-7 and kind of coasted from there a little bit.
You got to wonder what it's like for Coach Petrino to come back where he played his college football, where he coached, and go up against his mentor and Mike Van Diest and come out with a win. Might feel just a little bit guilty, maybe.
Well, I'm sure he's probably really happy with the win, and he really and he and Mike really have a great relationship. They're good friends, and it's never good to beat up on a friend, but this is a tough league, and you better come out ready to play every game, or you're going to be in trouble. And I think we've seen that today with Rocky and how they came out and really jumped on Carroll College on their own field quickly.
Well, Carroll had their opportunities, but when you turn the ball over, 4 times in the game like the Saints did, and Rocky here in victory formation, the Bears will win their 4th straight. Carroll will lose for the 4th straight time. So the Bears put up 42, 34, 52, and 42 the last 4 weeks, and they're the hottest team in the Frontier, and I'm going to say one of the hottest teams in all of NAIA football. And we're also going to honor Jacob Bakken as our Northwestern Energy player of the game. Bakken, 22 of 36. We're going to honor the player of the game and the play of the game as well, and that'll be the final play this afternoon. Rocky wins it 42-21, and here's the play of the game. And of course, it features Jacob Bakken. The SWX play of the game, and Jacob Bakken airs it out on that sideline to Olson, and he makes a great move there at the 5-yard line and dives into the end zone. And that is our play of the game. The Bears win their 4th straight, 42-21. We're back with more after this.
Tell you about America, down roads you don't ever see. Verses on billboards, cash crops and a coffee. Crimping Hardee's in the parking lot, popping biscuits in the back seat. Losing lighters in my friend's couch, with the game on the TV. Going hard at the Hardee's, real hard with my Hardee's. Beat car, all stars, going down like the sun. Thick burger clutching with my bros out back, hanging for no good reason. Drive through, same through, sweet thickness in my eyes. Walk in the backyard, shakes held high, that's America past them fries.
My name's Philip Davis. I'm from Boone, North Carolina, and I'm a senior in the Aeronautical Science program.
My name is Margaret Cleveland. I'm a freshman from Broadview, Montana.
Hi, I'm Melvin Ware, a senior from Dunmore, Montana.
Did you know that RMC awarded over $11 million in scholarships this year?
Did you know that 99% of Rocky students receive scholarships?
Thank you for enabling us to be first-generation college students.
Thank you for your investment in our Impact Today, Transform Tomorrow campaign in support of our new facilities.
Thank you for giving me a chance.
Thank you!
Well, what a win for Rocky Mountain College. They led 35-14 at the break. They won it 42-21, Bruce. The two teams combined for 63 points and 873 yards of offense.
Well, if you like offense, this was a great game to watch, especially in that first half with Rocky going out almost 400 yards in that first half, 35 points. And then to Carroll's credit, they picked it up in the second half and made a game of it. Got back within 35-21, and then Rocky got that final touchdown to go up to the 21-point victory. But congratulations to Jason Petrino and his squad as they stay right near the top of the Frontier Conference standings.
Jacob Bakken throws for 355 yards and 3 touchdowns as the Rocky Mountain College Bears win for the 4th straight time. My thanks to Bruce Parker, Rocky Erickson. Our final score, Rocky over Carroll, 42-21.
There's a place where higher education starts at a higher elevation and rises from there. Located in the heart of the Rockies, Carroll College raises the bar with small classes taught by award-winning professors, more than 60 majors, minors, and pre-professional programs, and year-round outdoor fun over every horizon. Carroll College, aspire to go higher.
Opportunity is everywhere. That is why I love my job at Opportunity Bank of Montana. I get to help my neighbors with business and agriculture loans, including new equipment loans. I understand that people need a bank they can rely on. You see, I grew up here with the Eastern High Plains out our front door and the crazy mountains in our backyard. Come see me, Brandy, or one of my colleagues at Opportunity Bank of Montana. Your local bank, your opportunity.
At Northwestern Energy, we provide the natural gas needed for many appliances in your home. But if those appliances are faulty or not well maintained, they can cause carbon monoxide poisoning. Keep your family safe by properly venting all natural gas appliances and install a carbon monoxide detector on every level of your home. If your carbon monoxide alarm goes off, get out of the house fast. And from a safe distance, call Northwestern Energy. Together, we can deliver a bright future.